So I spent the last 500 days building a cozy riverside village in my Minecraft Forever world. Join me on my journey as I do all of this in this video. Alright, so over the last couple episodes, I've been working heavily on this farming district behind me. We built the bee farm, we built the cow barn, we built this little grain silo, and I want to continue to expand because my goal is to get my little village over there connected to this. So I'm going to start building this way. I think today I want to be simple and just build another house along the river. So that is goal number 1 for today's episode. And also, I do want to mention we did update today to 1.21.5, which means that there are new cow variations. And unfortunately, we only have the original cow variations in our map right now, but there is new cow variations along with all of the other new stuff that comes along with 1.21.5. So I'm excited to see and use some of that stuff as well. But before I start any big building projects, what I want to do, I've been trying to do this the last couple episodes. I'm trying to get my set of armor completely maxed out. And to get any maxed out armor, I'm going to need some XP so I can work on getting feather falling 4 on my boots. I'm hoping the new update did not make... Okay, so this is still working, I hope. So my first goal is going to be brew some more potions here, and then I thought there was a sword in here that was usable. Okay, so Knight is letting me borrow his sword. So he has a fully maxed out sword, just no fire aspect. So all I got to do, press that button, and it makes a bunch of silverfish, so I'm able to grind XP. So I will be back once I finish grinding out XP to be able to enchant. All right, so I've grinded 45 levels of experience, and my goal is to get obviously feather falling 4 on my boots. Then my boots and helmet will be completely maxed out, and then I believe all I need is protection 4, and then I have a fully maxed out legging, and then I just need protection 4 and breaking 3 for my chest plate. And then aside from my hoe that I don't plan to max out anytime soon, all of my gear is maxed besides netherite, which we will be doing in a video pretty soon. Okay, first off, I need to craft myself another pair of boots. I've crafted like 10 pairs of boots at this point, and we're gonna go for feather falling 3. Unfortunately, we got feather falling 2 right there, so let's clear that off. Give it another go, and once again, nothing. Dude, getting feather falling is actually some of the hardest thing ever, I swear. Like, there we got feather falling 2, and unbreaking 3, of course. Don't want that. Okay, protection 3, come on with feather falling, and nope, we don't get it. Dude, I'm gonna have to go grind more XP again. Oh, finally. Okay, feather falling 3 at the level 2 enchant. Let's do that. Okay, I got projectile protection as well. I don't need that, so I gotta figure out how to put these in so that way they keep protection 4. I believe it is this way, so let's go ahead and let's grab that. And finally, we maxed out our boots. That took us 3 episodes to get max boots on the Forever World. I'm gonna go back to grinding XP so I can max out my leggings and chest plate. Okay, I've got another 41 levels. All I gotta do is get protection 4 for my leggings and then get a chest plate made. So I'm gonna start out here with the leggings, and with any tiny little bit of luck, I should... Okay, protection 4, perfect. Okay, now I can go ahead and we can combine both of those. But before I do that, I'm gonna work on a chest plate. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and craft a brand new chest plate right away. And please, protection 4, and we got protection 4 on breaking 3. Unfortunately, that does come with thorns, so I'm not gonna do that because I absolutely hate thorns. So on breaking... Bro, what is happening? We just got the same enchant back to back with thorns. Oh, that absolutely sucks. But okay, we got 2 more tries on breaking 3, and we got blast protection. Come on, man. Please, this is my last attempt. Oh, no, dude. Of course, we get blast protection again. We're just gonna go normal protection, and I guess I'm gonna... Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the enchant on that, and then I don't want to use the XP farm for 1 level, so I'm gonna go find a way, find something to slaughter to get me up to level 30. And honestly, what I might do, I might go over to the cow barn and go ahead and slaughter some of those cows because we have a lot of them. And you know what? I could actually use some more steak right now anyway, so I'm just gonna jump in and I guess kill a couple of cows. And I'm sorry that you guys are burning alive, but it's the way it has to be. But yeah, I'll be back once I somehow achieve level 30. And I want to use my sword because it's gonna be better for getting steak, obviously, because it automatically cooks it. Okay, so I've determined that killing cows is not very effective for XP. So I got fortune here. I'm gonna go ahead and mine. Is it really just one piece of coal? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a different way because I don't want to kill my entire population of cows. So I'm back on the hunt, and I found my first victim. Hello, Mr. Chicken, and goodbye, Mr. Chicken. And there's a little cow out here in the wilderness too. I'm sorry, but you know, my needs are better than your wants. Okay, it took me a while, but I've killed enough wild animals to where I can enchant one more time. Oh, and server lag maybe? I think the server is frozen for some reason, so give me a second. Okay, server's back. So with any luck, we get protection 4 on breaking 3 right here. Of course, we get thorns, bro. What is that? I'm just gonna take level 1 enchant, and I'm gonna disenchant it again, and I guess I'm gonna take the loss, and I'm gonna go grind the XP farm one last time. Hopefully, it should give me more than enough XP. Okay, I've grinded an extra 39 levels, meaning that I am able to enchant an extra 4 times times at level 3. So come on, please. Okay, protection 4. And of course, we get a first time. Protection 4 on breaking 3. We can take that one off, put that one on. Actually, what I'm going to do, we're going to go grab 2 mending books. Okay, so I should be good to go ahead and add mending onto the chest plate. Then my chest plate is completely maxed. And then we combine these two. And then we'll have Prof 4 on breaking 3, mending. All I'm missing is Swift Sneak, but I really don't care about Swift Sneak. Let's add mending to those as well. And then finally, our set of diamond gear is completely maxed out. We just got to turn it all to Netherite, and we got to get looting 3 put on the sword. And then we've also got to name an animal for today's episode. So last episode, I asked you what you guys wanted the skeleton horse named, and somebody suggested Midnight. And I honestly really like that for a skeleton horse. So I'm going to be naming the skeleton horse a Midnight. And I can go ahead and just throw the name tag Midnight onto the skeleton horse. There we go. We got the skeleton horse named, although I do want to find a better location for you. I guess for now, I might just put him back here to kind of hide him a little bit, because up there, he's just so much in the way. So there you go, Midnight. Right here is going to be home for now. I don't have any stables for him, unfortunately. Okay, so next up, I'm going to be naming Knight's little black cat right here. So if you guys have any name suggestions for this cat, let me know down below in the comments. I'll pick one from this video, and I will go ahead and name the cat one of the suggestions from this video in the next video. Okay, my next goal or priority is that I want to connect this little village area where I have my 3 starter houses over here. I want to make it fully connect over here to my farming district. And first things first, there's this lava pit here that I don't want to be here, but I also don't want to waste perfectly good lava. So I'm going to go ahead and grab as many buckets of this as I can before I fill it in. And I'm going to stock all these into this shulker box, because you never know when you're going to need lava for like furnaces or something along those lines. So hopefully I'm able to just get a good bit of this stuff all stockpiled up here. There we go. And let's put all of this lava in there. We have almost a shulker box completely full of lava. And next up, I do want to light it up under here. That way we don't get any mobs spawning. I don't think it'll be a problem because of the lava, obviously, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So there we go. That looks good. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to go grab some dirt. So I'm going to run over to my mining area, grab some dirt out of there so I can fill this all in. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed some grass blocks instead of dirt, because I feel like I just don't want to wait for the dirt to grow in. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this entire hole in with these grass blocks. It's also so weird now for me playing on 1.21.5 because they lowered the sound of like the grass blocks and the leaves placing now. And I'm not going to lie, it is just throwing me off a ton. But there we go. Lava pit is filled in. And now I can start working on clearing out just a little bit of this greenery, because it's just going to be in the way and I do not really need it here. So yeah, next project, I'm just going to work on clearing out all this greenery. We'll probably go ahead and add some back in a little bit later, but for now, I don't really need it. Now, what I said I wanted to do in the last episode, for those of you that have seen it, I want to make the path go along this wheat field over here. So I'm going to start out by doing that. So we're doing the exact same path. I'm using coarse dirt. Eventually, I will come back and add in a little bit of path blocks as well. But to begin with here, oh, I absolutely hate how that works, but we're just going to go ahead and start throwing in a little bit of coarse dirt everywhere and start working this out. And then we also have some slabs, so we're going to bring it down a level with those. And then once again, the coarse dirt over here. And I think I'm just going to make it hug this basically as much as I can right here. So let's do that. And then once again, fill all of that in with the coarse dirt again. Perfect. And then we'll probably go 3. Now I'll do 4 slabs there, but then I'll switch it down to 3 again. We'll go the dirt there, slabs, and then once again, dirt. I want it to stay along the fence here though. So boom, just like that. And then we'll probably do another set of slabs like that. And I'm just going to make this go all the way down to the river. Okay, so there we go. We've got this path going from here all the way down over here. I think one thing I could do to make this a little bit better would maybe be something like that. And then making it just so it goes all the way around. Oh, dude, I hate how I keep doing that, but just like that, I think that'll make this just a lot better in general. Okay, there we go. Now I'm thinking just a small little rock right here, and I'm just going to place some stone there so I know that I want to put a rock there because I don't currently have the materials. But now I want to bring this path to follow along the river over here. So I'm going to start clearing this out, and then I'm going to go ahead and replace it, obviously, with the coarse dirt. I think only 2 to 3 wide for the most part. But yeah, I will be back once I finish filling in this and getting this path to go all the way and connect over to the path over there. Okay, so I went ahead and got this entire path going all the way along the riverfront here, as you guys can tell. And I do also have this little rock added in for a little bit extra detail right there. And so next up, I want to get houses lining the riverfront here. So I want a bunch of riverside or riverfront houses right here, and I'm gonna start building those today. Probably just one for today's episode, but one is more than none. And Night gave me the idea of trying to build out of mangrove, so I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting up the materials I'm gonna need. Okay, this is actually driving me nuts, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in with stone. Okay, I've got some more shulker boxes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump I can't put a shulker in a shulker, but I can dump all of this stuff in this shulker box. And this is gonna be just my garbage shulkers. So we got 2 garbage shulkers, and then I'll have 2 shulkers for carrying anything that I actually need for this building project. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna craft a bunch of lanterns because I really like how lanterns look and build. So let's put the iron back in there. And then I guess I'm just gonna also take some oak leaves and some azalea leaves for a little bit of decoration blocks. This should do, and we'll go ahead and put everything that I want to use for decor into this shulker box. Now I'm going to go ahead and go get some cobbled deep sled. I think could look well with the mangrove. First things first, I want to make sure I don't forget my stone cutter. I feel like every time I build, I accidentally forget my stone cutter, and I already forgot my crafting table, so that's great. But yeah, I want to grab all of my deep slate and deep slate tile material, and then maybe just a little bit of cobbled deep sled as well. So let's load all of that into the shulker box. I don't think I'm going to need too much cobbled deep slate, because I think maybe just for the roof we'll use that. And then I think I could also grab some terracotta, because I could go ahead and turn some of this into red terracotta. And luckily for me, I think our iron farm should make more than enough iron. Okay, who stole all the iron? I'm a little confused, but I'll just go and throw a decent bit of that in there. And then a little bit more into this one. Perfect. And let's grab up both of those shulker boxes. And one more thing I forgot is usually when I'm building, I like to outline in netherrack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of netherrack out of this chest right here. Just a couple of stacks in order to be able to outline my build. And I want to go ahead and store some of this stuff because I have way too much stuff in my inventory right now. So let's dump all of that in there. Okay, and then lastly, I don't remember where I store my mangrove wood, but I know I have mangrove wood in here somewhere. Maybe this barrel. Yes, it is in this barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and take a decent bit of mangrove, but I might have to end up going and farming some more of this stuff. And then I'm also going to need a decent bit of dark oak just for the pillars around everything. Okay, so with any luck, I should have absolutely everything I need in order to build this first house, and I'll probably am wrong about that though. So let's go ahead and let's drop everything in this. Okay, I can't store all the dark oak logs. That's okay. I have an inventory space. Let's get our stone cutter down. Of course, I still forgot the crafting table. I'll be right back once I get that. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed a crafting table as well as my 10 scaffolding because I seem to always forget both of those things. Now, to start out the build, I like to kind of get a frame idea of what I'm going to do with netherrack and then work from there. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start laying out a little bit of a design just with netherrack, and the goal that I have here is that these houses are all going to be really small, but I want them to either be connected or only one block apart. So it'll be like, okay, one house is going to be right here, and then another house right here, another house here, like just a bunch of them along this trail. So yeah, right now that is my goal. I'm trying to lay out kind of what I want. So these are going to be like dark oak log pillars, and then we'll go mangrove in between, and then honestly we're not going to go very deep, so it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Honestly, maybe like that, or okay, we'll go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We'll do 11 like that, and then we'll need another pillar corner right about there. Perfect. And then yeah, so this is going to be house number 1. Okay, I've got a little idea planned out in my head with this layout I'm doing, and it probably makes absolutely no sense to you guys right now, but it will once it's together. So since I've got this outlined with my, you know, netherrack, I'm just gonna go 1 2 3 4. We're gonna go 5, and then we're gonna cross, and then 5 up in this corner as well. And I just want to check and make sure, is that how high I want to go? You know, I'm not sure. I'm going to start with that for now. I'm going to add coarse dirt to go up the stairs. So there's going to be a second level to this build, as you can tell. And I guess we're just going to go 1 2 3 4 5, and then up like that again. And then 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, we're out of blocks within there. And we're going to have one final pillar. Yeah, so I definitely did not math this out right. Wait, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So the middle one should be that one right there, I do believe. I'm gonna go ahead and copy these exact same pillars onto this side as well. So we'll just go ahead and cross like that. So right here will be the second floor, and I'm thinking the first floor is only gonna be enterable from right here at the front, as you can tell. But yeah, let's just go ahead and finish by filling all those in, and then we need to add a pillar right there. Okay, I can clean up all of this netherrack just because I don't really need it anymore, and I wish I had more more shulker boxes. I have no room to store any of this. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I want a little staircase kind of going in like that, and then I'm gonna do deep slate like that, and I need to get some mangrove trap doors because I think those are gonna fit this best. And boom, like a little railing. I'm gonna need a bunch more. Okay, let me just grab a decent amount of wood. Let's go ahead, let's craft some trap doors, and we're gonna go ahead and throw that like that and that like that. Perfect. And then one more on that. Oh, wrong area, but one more. Dude, holy, I cannot do this for the life of myself. One more right there. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and work on this inner part here with some mangrove planks, just like that. Okay, so far I absolutely hate how this looks, so I'm gonna chop this out, and I'm just gonna do a single stair instead of the sideways stair. We're just gonna go single stair straight on. Maybe we'll do that, and we'll do that. And then I think for the bottom floor, we're gonna go ahead and use the dark oak because I think it complements very well with the mangrove. And then I gotta just clear out a little bit of the interior of this here, so that way there's actually room to, you know, have a build. And then I can go ahead and finish filling this in with the mangrove walls, just like I'm gonna need more mangrove wood. Yeah, I'm gonna finish filling this entire bottom floor in and then see how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm really not liking how all of this frame is jutting out. So I'm going to go ahead, clear out all this, clear out all the framework that I just did 3 seconds ago. And then I'm going to make the framework just go in line with the wall, a little something like that. And that does mean, okay, so this entire sectional wall is going to have to come back out. I'll be back once I finish this. Okay, so this is kind of the bottom color palette. Obviously, it's not going to look like this. I have a lot of work yet to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop out right here a little spot for a door, maybe a slab. You know what? I don't hate it. And we can do the little door trick with the stair and then a dark oak door right there. Boom. And that I think is a lot better. The shop out right here because we can go ahead and throw in a window. Ooh, I do not like how that looks. I was thinking the red windows would fit really well with the red glass, but I don't think I'm right about that. So let's go ahead and just swap in for normal windows right there. Okay, so that is the beginning of the front of the house, I'm thinking. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to work on the second floor. So we're just gonna go up 5 blocks again, just like that. And I will do this for all of the pillars, and then I'll cross them all over as well. Okay, next thing I want to do is add in just a little bit. Oh, I already messed up. Of course I would mess up already. Okay, do that. Go ahead and place that in, and then you shear it like that. And this is a great way to add in detailing when you're using, oh my god, dude, I did it again. Yeah, like I'm trying to say, great way to add in little texturing when you're trying to build out of like mangrove and stuff. Or any wood blocks. You just strip it down. It looks very similar to a plank. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on all of the sides, just like that. And yeah, I'm gonna go all the way around and do this, and I will be back once I get that done. Okay, so I went ahead and alternated the textures between strip logs and those planks. I think that makes it look a lot better already, but we still got a lot more work to do. Okay, so now that I've got the top or the bottom floor done, I want to go ahead and do the top floor. I think I'm going to use the mud brick, mushroom block, and jungle planks for this, kind of like I did in the top of that, because I really do just love how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and start randomly assorting these and filling all of these in. I'll be back once I get the whole top floor filled in, and then we'll have to figure out windows at some point as well. All right, here's my current palette. I'm gonna go ahead and throw windows up there because that'll make that look a lot better. And luckily for me, I actually remembered my scaffolding this time. So I'm thinking for windows, I'm kind of just gonna chop out like this, and then boom, we can throw a window in like that. Perfect. And yeah, it's coming along. Now we're gonna have a little overhang here that's gonna make this look a lot better. It's gonna need a lot more depth, obviously, but so far it's coming along. I've never used these block palette before, except the jungle wood, obviously, in the barn back there. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and start working on the roof. So I want to do a dark oak trim, and I'm going to use primarily stairs, I think, because I kind of want like a steeper roof. And then in the center, I don't know if I'm going to use, I'm thinking I'm going to use deep slate in the center, but we'll see. Yeah, first we just got to get up there and get started. So let's get up to the top of the build here. And I think dark oak will be the perfect trim for this. So we're just going to start the same way I start all of my roofs, just kind of peaking until the center, and then we'll go upside down. And I forgot slabs. Of course I forgot slabs. Okay, let's go ahead and craft a decent bit of slabs. There we go. Okay, so I usually like to overhang like that, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do the same thing on the other side here just to meet up in the middle. Oh, I already messed up, but just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and follow the outside. I'll be back once I get all this done. Okay, so I went ahead and filled this all in with deep slate. Now Night is telling me to try mangrove, so I'm gonna do that on that side and see what one looks better. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and let's craft a decent bit of stairs. That should do. 2. And then I'm just gonna fill all this in. I'll be back once I get it all filled in. Okay, so right here is the house using mangrove wood, and I'm not too big of a fan of it because it kind of high-key looks like an Oreo, because we got there and then in the middle and then there. So I'm gonna switch it to deep slate, but I think I'm also gonna turn it into a steep roof because I don't like the look of that. I want to make it one of the roofs like that. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna chop this entire roof out. I'm gonna turn it into a pointy roof like I said. I'll be back once I get this all done. Okay, I've destroyed the entire roof. My goal is to get a pointy roof, kind of something like that up there. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it has been a long time since I built one of those, but I'm just gonna go ahead and give it my best go. So I know you start by making these slab outline like this. I'll do that on both sides right away. Okay, so something like that, and then it looks like you just go up with another slab like that. So I'll go do that in all 4 corners again. And then once again, I think we're just going up a little something like, okay, I need the stairs. I believe it's like this and then like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this in the last 2 areas as well. So boom, and last one like that. And then from there, I'm pretty sure you just go up 2 and then a stair. So then up 2 and a stair, boom, and then in the middle here we'll do a little something like that. Okay, so I've determined that that looks really stupid because it's not nearly as wide as that house, so I'm gonna redo this again. Okay, I redid it. That looks a lot better. I just think I gotta start it out 1 more block, so I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think this is gonna be the style that I go with, so I'm gonna go ahead and outline it, and I'll be back once I get that done. And it's gonna be very simple. I'm just gonna use deep slate. So okay, this part is gonna suck. I'm just gonna go make more tile deep slate. Okay, so tile deep slate, let's just make a stack of that. That should work. Okay, so I'm going to alternate between deep slate and tile deep slate, and we're just going to do the exact same pattern here. So I need to get these out and oh, I already have them. But yeah, we're just alternating between these 2 blocks, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up the roof here. Once again, I will be back once I get this whole thing kind of filled in and all figured out here. Okay, there we go. I got this entire part of the house roofed, and I love it because it is not as tall as that roof as well. Because in my opinion, an area looks way better if you keep the heights different on all your builds. So right here is what the house looks like from a little bit of a side angle. It's still a lot of detail work that needs to be done, but I'm liking how it's looking. Okay, so I kind of got the basic shell of the house. Now all I got to do is add some little detail work between everything, make everything look a little bit nicer. And the first thing I'm going to do for that is I want to go ahead, we need my axe out here. We're going to clear that stuff, and I'm going to start with just making these little like pillar looking thingies because I feel like it just makes it look a lot better, and I'm probably going to have to clear out some of that and do that. Thank you very much. But yeah, this is gonna go all the way up, and then I'll probably put some mangrove fences on that. I feel like that could look relatively nice. And then we're just gonna go around, and we'll probably end this little guy off right about there. So just like that. And then I want to go ahead and make some mangrove fences right away. I need to get my crafting table down. I might as well put my stone cutter back down as well. I'm gonna have to make some sticks, and then we're gonna go fence, and we're gonna make some mangrove fences. 30 I think should be enough, and we'll just go ahead and we'll line this with these little fences like that. And I'm gonna fill this entire inner part in here with some deep slate. That looks good. And then I want this to wrap all the way around just like that, and we'll pop a little door in the wall right there. Oh my god, dude, that scared the crap out of me. The creeper in there, oh, that was scary. And then honestly, I think I could probably go ahead and just chop that out. And then what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna craft one of these dark oak blocks like that, put that right about there. And then I think this little under area, I'm just gonna clean this out. I wanted a pumpkin patch, but unfortunately I don't think it's gonna work, so I'm gonna chop that out. Okay, I think this stuff could probably stay, and you know what, we'll just go ahead and throw that like there. And then yeah, honestly, you know what, maybe I could make this work. So let's go ahead and just do a little something like that, and then we're gonna go polished wall up there, and one more slab maybe right there. And I want to throw some light in under here just so we don't have any creepers spawning in there. Maybe, I think I might still put a pumpkin patch under that. I kind of like it. Okay, but then I want a little overhanging porch. So what I'm gonna have to do, I need some dark oak slabs because I want to follow the same trim of the roof, and it doesn't look like I have any dark oak slabs, so I'm just gonna go ahead and craft a couple more. And then do I have any deep slate? There we go, we need that. And what I'm wanting to do, I think, is just gonna be a little maybe not there. I think it's got to line up here, so like that. And then I think I'll just make it go out like that. And then we'll go over and it'll have to come back up right about there. So perfect, just like that. And dude, I keep hearing the creeper in here. It's freaking me out. We got a creeper and an enderman. Oh my gosh, the creeper wants to blow me up. I gotta be careful, but let's fill these in. Little something like that. And then maybe I can go ahead and connect the mangrove like this. And I need the dark oak slabs. Where did they go? Right there. And let's do a little something like that. Okay, now I'm gonna need to add some lighting. So I think just a lantern right there could look pretty decent. And then maybe we're just gonna throw in a lantern hanging there and a lantern hanging right there. Also, I did decide finally to add a bushy leaf texture pack. I don't know if I like this one. This one looks kind of weird. Okay, so I'm gonna chop this out. We're gonna go mud brick stair like that. And then I need a dark oak door to go right there. Okay, wrong area. Oh my god, dude, that creeper is actually scaring the crap out of me, but there we go. We got the door right there. Okay, I got this little side overhang. I like how that looks. So my next goal, that wall is very plain. We need to go ahead and get some windows in there. So let's just go ahead and chop out, I think, something like that, and we can do a 2x2 window just like that. Perfect. I just want to take a step back to take a look. Okay, that makes that look a lot better. Still not, I don't know. It still feels very bland on this side of the house, but I don't know what I'm going to do about that as of right now. I think I'm going to leave it for now. Next up, I should go ahead on the inside here. I can just throw in some dark oak for flooring. I think would look very good. So let's go ahead and add the entire flooring into this house. I'll be back once I get that done. Okay, I've got a floor in here. I'm going to just go ahead and throw a little bit of torches in here to light it up a little bit because it's very dark in here. We got window 1, window 2. I'm not going to be able to put windows in this wall because in the future, like I said, there's going to be a house right against this house, so it just won't make any sense. The next thing I sort of want to do is I want to get a little overhanging porch out of this like front area. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the dark oak again, just like that. And then I'm going to bring it down a little something like that probably, and do the same thing right over here. Dude, I keep running out of slabs. I need to just like dump some stuff into chests like that. And then, yeah, I'm just going to craft a bunch of slabs because you know what? I'll use them. I'll probably use them, but let's go ahead and let's do that. And then we can go ahead and chop out any of, actually, yeah, that needs to be like that, I feel like. And then we can just bring this over a little. Maybe I want it to go out one more. I think I do. So let's do, we got to remove all of this. And then we add in, oh, I got to go down a level though. So just like, oh, dude, this is actually kind of challenging. So I think I'll go down there and then I'll bring this out and across like that. And then once again, I'm just going to go and fill this in with these random assortment of deep slate and deep slate tiles because I really like the look of them. So let's do that. And then I think I'm going to do these little deep slate like that as a support. And then same thing right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add in the mangrove to hold that up as a little support beam, just like that. And then obviously we need some lighting in here. So one right there and one right there. And this looks really strange. So I'm going to bring that across like that. And then I need one single grass block. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab it from right here. And I want to throw that guy right there. And then I think mangrove trapdoors because I want to stick with the mangrove coloring. So let's grab some of these planks. Oh, I already have the trapdoors actually. They should work pretty much perfectly just like that. Ooh, you know what? Maybe not actually. I think we're going to go with dark oak instead. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going with spruce because spruce always does look good. And then what do I want to put in that flower pot? I don't know. I think actually for a pop of color, maybe, I don't like that. Okay, I have an idea actually. What I'm going to do, I need to go get a flower pot. Luckily, I have some flower pots crafted up in my original starter house. Okay, perfect. I have 13 flower pots. I'll probably use these for the interior as well, although I'm not sure I'm going to do the interior yet today. Okay, so if I put the flower pot there like that, and then if I put the bush, oh, okay, I kind of like how that looks. And then I think bone meal right there, just get some tall grass going, and maybe another one right there. Perfect. And okay, here's kind of the front view. So I'm thinking the bottom level is going to be like one apartment, and then the top level is going to be like its own separate apartment kind of deal. That's kind of my current plan here. But you know what? I don't hate this. I feel like that area is a little bit plain, but I don't know what to do there yet. I guess one thing I could do is I could poke a little window in that middle area. So I'm going to go ahead and go scaffold up to there, and then more scaffolding right here, and just bring me on up. Perfect. Let's chop out that one and that one. And you know what? I'm going to make this look really nice actually. So I'm going to break that mud. We're going to do that, and then this one too, and we're going to do that, and then boom, put a window in. Just, ooh, actually, how does that look? You know, I think that does make that look a lot better. Okay, I want to light up this bottom floor just because I don't don't want another creeper in here. So there, we're going to do that for now. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to design the interior yet, but actually I think I'm going to change one thing. I think I want this door to go down a level. So what I got to do, I need to cut out this entire floor. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And then I got to re-add in these blocks here in these center pieces. And then I'm also going to have to add in the, oh dude, my inventory is such a mess right now. Luckily, Knight dropped me off another little shulker box here. So thank you, Knight. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw in all of these blocks kind of randomly here, keeping the texture pattern a little random. And then we'll go and strip down all these mangrove wood. And I think this will look pretty decent. Okay, so what that allows me to do is I can then cut down the door and bring the door down an entire level here. So let's get the stair there. And then what am I going to do for the ground? I think we'll just go with deep slate. So we'll do deep slate right there. And then we'll get the door in right there. I feel like that's going to be a lot better. It just makes so much more room in this bottom floor here. But while I'm doing all this, I might as well go ahead and cut out all this flooring. And then I'm just going to go ahead and place in the deep slate flooring to kind of mix things up here a little bit. Okay, and there we go. That is what I'm going to do for the bottom floor for now. I'm going to decorate the interior in a future episode. Okay, so front of the house, I feel like is good enough. Good. It looks good to me. This side of the house, I'm not doing anything to, because like I said, ultimately the goal is that I'm going to put more houses against this house. So there's going to be a house right here up against this house. And I want to continue that all the way over here, probably like 4 or 5 houses along the riverfront. But you know what? I actually really do not mind how this looks. I think this looks pretty nice. So I think the front, I'm going to stick with that for now. One bad part about living in the bottom is there's not going to be able to put window here. I'm obviously not going to be able to put any windows in the back because it's just dirt. And then I can't put any windows over here either because stairs are there. So this is kind of just like a little dungeon. I guess to clean up the bed, I'm going to just go ahead and throw the bed right there for now because it gives me a place to sleep. Okay, so the front is done. I feel like this side is done. I don't know what else to do over here. Okay, I guess I have one idea to add a little bit of detailing. Let's go ahead and let's craft out some of these. You know what? I'm just going to craft. I need spruce trapdoors all the time. So let's just craft a bunch of these and let's go ahead and do the little shutter thing. So we do 2 there and we do another 2 right there. And then, yeah, that adds a lot of depth to the build already. Okay, so the next thing I want to work on is I want to get this little underground part done. So I need to dump like a bunch of stuff out of my inventory real quick. And then I need coarse dirt. Do I have any more coarse dirt? I feel like I have to, right? And I'll also take some pods. Okay, I do have a little bit more coarse dirt. And then, yeah, this area in here, I'm just going to shovel a couple of areas like this. And then I'm going to fill in some of the in-between just with a mix of like podzol and some coarse dirt as well. Okay, that should be enough podzol. Let's add in the coarse dirt right away. Boom, just like that. And okay, that I think should be good for ground-wise. So then my goal is to do a tiny little like pumpkin patch in here. So I'm going to throw a pumpkin like right there. And you throw a sea pickle on because it gives it kind of that little like pumpkin look, I guess, like a stem of a pumpkin. And then I'll throw one right there as well, right there, and like that, and another one right there. And yeah, that should be good. I think I like that. And then the only other thing I can think of would be adding in something like that maybe, and then we could go, no, actually I think I'm gonna leave that like that. I think that's good. Okay, so I believe that means this side of the house is finished. Maybe I want to do, yeah, I want to do the shutters on the other wall. So let's go ahead and let's smack the shutter. Okay, not on this window. This window I'm gonna leave, but right up here I'm gonna go ahead and throw the shutters on both sides of this wall. There we go. And then yeah, I think this side of the house is gonna be about what it's gonna be. I think this side of the house is done. So next up, I'm wanting this path from right here to kind of hug along the back side of the houses until it connects over here. And then in the future, there's gonna be more buildings on this side of the path as well. And first things first, we gotta go ahead and just get some path blocks in, and we're gonna just build all of this up, I guess. So that way it'll go like that. Okay, there we go. That is all built up. Now I just gotta go get some coarse dirt and some spruce slabs. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this path kind of build up like that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and throw the coarse dirt in here as well. And then this path is gonna kind of just hug alongside the houses here, and there's gonna be doors to get in as well. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and add in some lanterns, I think right there and right there, and then we'll go 2 more up top here. So one right there, one right there. I think that'll be great. And then yeah, I'm getting very close to being done with this house. I think it actually looks relatively decent. Definitely not my favorite house I've done, but I'm using a unique block palette, which I really do enjoy. So then I think I'm gonna chop out a spot for a door right here. I don't know why I do it, but I feel like I way overdo the amount of doors in my builds. And then we're gonna go with a window just like this right about there. And you know what? I'll add some shutters like that. Perfect. Craft ourselves another dark oak door because I want to stay with the exact same color palette. And we are gonna go ahead and throw this guy right there. Okay, so the idea, if you guys don't understand or haven't understood yet, basically, there's going to be a pathway right here that follows along the backside of these houses, and you'll be able to access them from here. And there's going to be basically 5 houses connected all against each other along the riverfront. And then on this side of the path, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. Probably a sheep barn or something along those lines to match with the cows. But I feel like as far as exterior goes, I don't hate how this looks. Here's the view from this side. And then like I've shown earlier, here's kind of the view from the front side. I actually really like how this looks, especially once you get the other houses here. I think this is going to look absolutely awesome. But I mean, that fills in a lot of space already. It kind of makes it feel like the farming district is connected with the rest of these builds. Okay, so I do just want to take a little bit of a break from building these houses. I got one done. I'm going to do some more later, but for now, I want to start working on a different project. Now, this project that I'm wanting to work on is basically a giant hall center that I'm going to be able to put a map like every single month to see the world's progression. And it is going to take a lot of mining. So I was told that I could take this beacon right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start mining this little guy. And okay, we got the beacon. I'm also just going to take all of these iron blocks right away. Luckily for me, I still have haste for a little bit of time. But yeah, I will be back once I get all of this iron mined up, and I will bring you guys to the location where I'm going to make this build. And oh my gosh, I just realized how long this is going to take me to mine without haste too. This is ridiculous, dude. Okay, so I went ahead and got the entire beacon mined up. Now, with the other things I need some ores to put into the beacon, and then maybe some shulkers as alongside some chests so I have room to store all of the blocks that I'm going to mine. So first things first here, let's just grab some extra iron so I have enough iron to put into the beacon. And then I'm also going to go ahead and grab all of my shulker boxes right here as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to have to go to the spot and set up the beacon so that way I can get started. Okay, so right here, it's upstream a little bit from my village. You got this giant river. I'm thinking there's going to be a giant spot in this cliff that I'm going to go ahead, mine out, open up, and I'm going to turn it into a mapping room. So I want to put my beacon like right around over here. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to just get started by clearing out a little area right away. Okay, so right about here, I'm going to go ahead and start out with a 3x3 platform, just like this. And then we're going to go throw the beacon in the center of that. And then I believe you just kind of go down, and it looks like I already got the beacon, but I want a max power beacon. So then I think I can just kind of fill all of this in like so. And then you make this one go out one more just to make like a pyramid looking structure. Yeah, I'll be back as soon as I get this entire beacon built out. Oops, I accidentally made a mistake right there. Let's just go ahead and mine that one. And then we go down another level again, just something like this. But yeah, I'll be back once I get this done. Okay, we got the final couple of blocks. I believe this should be a max level beacon. So now I think all I have to do is go ahead and put an iron ingot in there, and then we add haste, and then we go haste 2. And I believe we click accept, and there we go. We got haste 2. That's my first time ever building a beacon in Minecraft. 90% of the time, I just make Night do it. Okay, so now Giant Cliff Coliseum here is my current thought process. So I'm going to start by expanding this out a little bit here. And all of this I'm building right now is going to be temporary. I mostly just want to start by getting a little bit of a shape. And so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start mining into this cliff here. I think I just want it to be about this size. Looks pretty dang decent. And let's go ahead and clear out all the dirt right away as well. Do I want to go over one more? I think so. Let's go there. And yeah, I think it's going to be about this big. And now I'm just going to start mining into the cliff here. Oh my God, dude. Haze 2 mining is so goddamn satisfying. Yeah, let's also just put the torch in the offhand so we can at least have a little bit of lighting. But yeah, the basic idea for this, like I said earlier, I want to dig out a giant tunnel that kind of looks like a little coliseum. Like I'll make a coliseum like entrance up here, and then what it's going to be used for is going to be maps that I want to update like I don't know if I want to do like every 2 weeks or every month, but I'll update it frequently. Very basically, I just want it to be that we can see the progress of the map like every month. I think that would be super cool. But yeah, I'm going to do a little mining. I'll be back once I get some of this guy mined out. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've started the mining project. As you can see, I've went a little bit in. I think I want the walls to be wider, and I also started expanding the roof to be taller. But as of right now, this is kind of what I'm going to go for. But I am going to take a break from this project for now, just because I just don't have an idea for how I want to do this. So I'm going to leave this for now. In the meantime, though, while I walk along this river, I do have a new idea for something I want to do. Okay, that is so ugly. Get rid of you. Thank you very much. But yeah, I have a new plan. I want to do something, so I'm going to go start that. Okay, but before I start this new project, I want to go ahead and clear out my inventory and clear up this shulker box because it is a little overflowing here. Luckily, I have a backup storage for my stone, and that chest is going to be full. We can start up the next one right away. Okay, so just like that, inventory should... Oh, wait, are we're full on cobblestone. Oh my gosh. But yeah, just like that, my inventory is clear. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is start working on changing my diamond gear into some netherite gear. So first things first, let's go ahead and let's dump all of our shulker boxes in storage. And then I'm going to go ahead and craft myself a a bunch of bamboo planks, and then a bunch of beds. I think 9 should probably be good enough. And now we head up to Ivy Hunting's nether portal so that way I can go mine for my first netherite in the forever world. Okay, so Knight just informed me that I'm gonna need as many beds as humanly possible. So I'm over here at the sheep farm. I'm gonna try to shear all of these sheep, and then I'm gonna bring this with so I can get even more beds in the nether. So yeah, I'll be back as soon as I get all of these sheep sheared so I can go ahead and go craft some more beds. Okay, so I went ahead and sheared all the sheep. I got a decent bit of wool. Now I'm gonna go grab some wood out of the chests in here, and I believe I have a couple stacks of wood up here. So yeah, I'm gonna take some of these. We got a stack of spruce, a stack of mangrove, and 2 stacks of dark oak, and then I'm gonna go grab any other remaining wool that I have from my house. Okay, I should have more than enough materials. I'm gonna go head up to the nether portal now for real. You know, one thing I do not like about hunting nether portal here, getting up to the actual portal itself is gotta be the most annoying task of all time. You gotta like do some weird parkour just to get into the nether. But okay, let's head on into the nether for the first time in probably a couple of weeks. Okay, here we are in the nether with Knight. I believe we got to go to Y15 to most effectively mine netherite, so we're probably going to go head down to Y15. Okay, so Knight is currently leading me somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where we're going. He could be trying to trap me, but he's trying to bring me to a place where we can go ahead and mine some netherite. Okay, so we are officially digging down to Y15 so we can go ahead and start mining netherite. We're trying to get enough netherite for both of us right now, and we got a lot of wood to be able to hopefully get that. I didn't even realize gravel spawned into the nether. What the heck? But yeah, while Knight is doing that, I might as well go ahead and repair my pickaxe. So any opportunity I see some quartz, I'm going to go ahead and just mine it right away. Okay, so we are currently on Y15. Knight already ran into some lava, so I think we're just going to go ahead and do the bed technique. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know netherite came out in 1.16, but I have never mined netherite in my life. And Knight already found the first piece of netherite. I'm going to go ahead and steal that from him because I want to. And there we go. We got hidden in the depths. That's the first piece of netherite I've ever mined in Minecraft. And he found another piece right next to it. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is insane RNG right here. You love to see it. Oh my god. The third piece. He's actually X-raying. He is actually X-raying right now, bro. 3 pieces of netherite within like 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Knight is placing TNT. I thought beds was the best method, but he's telling me that TNT is actually more effective. And he's been able to collect a lot of gunpowder over the last time. So he's going to go ahead and light that up. I'm going to run and hope I don't end up blowing up. Let's see if we can find any netherite here. Oh my gosh, and there's more netherite just sitting there. It looks like we didn't mine all the TNT though. Hopefully Knight doesn't die. Oh my gosh. But okay, I am going to go ahead and grab this piece of netherite. That is the 4th piece we've collected so far. I think it takes 3 to make 1 piece of netherite gear. So that would mean so far in about 2 minutes of mining, we've gotten 1 piece of netherite gear made. Oh, and there's another one. I don't know how I missed that, but there's another piece of ancient debris right there. So let's go ahead and let's grab this. He's saying we're out of TNT, so now we have to use the bed. Oh my gosh. Dude, the amount of ancient debris I'm finding is insane right now. Okay, so I think the method is you just go ahead and you place the bed as far in as you can. And then, yeah, Knight blew it up, and this is going to be the method we're going to be using to mine netherite. I'll be back once we probably end the mining trip so I can show you guys how much we collected. Okay, so I ended up with about 23 ancient debris after using all of my beds, and Knight has an additional 19. We're now going to try to find our way back to the portal so we can go home. I will see you guys when I can figure out where the portal is. I'm trusting Knight, and I feel like that is a very bad idea. Okay, so we made it out of the bedrock level, and now Knight is bridging me over to... I have no idea, but this is kind of freaky. Knight, get me out of here. Okay, I'll be back once we are safely back to the nether portal. Okay, so we are officially back in the overworld with our 24 pieces of ancient debris. I'm gonna go ahead and go start smelting these guys right up. But before I do that, I do want to go ahead and store away all of my stuff that I just collected down in the nether. So let's go ahead and dump all of the crap in here. Okay, that should be good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to my house and start smelting up this ancient debris. Also, while I was gone in the nether, it looks like Gingy finished my crane, which I really do like. But yeah, let's just get right to it. Let's break these up into 3 separate stacks and we can start getting these guys all cooking. While those are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my shears into this chest. It's just kind of a random chest of junk. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for all this to cook up. I'll be back once all of this netherite, or it turns into netherite scrap. Okay, so it does look like all of my netherite scrap is done cooking. Oh, so let's go ahead and grab all of that. Now, I'm pretty sure I do also need a little bit of gold, so let's go ahead and grab that. And then let's craft up 6 netherite ingots. Okay, well, that is good. That is a great place to start. So now all I need is a smithing table, and I also need a netherite template, and I think Knight has the netherite template. Okay, so I'm giving Knight all my diamonds so he can go ahead and dupe me some smithing templates. I believe he knows how to do it. Oh, and he logged off with all of my diamonds. All right. That is not good. Okay, I'm a little confused. Knight told me to go grab about 6 pieces of netherrack. I'm not exactly sure why or how he's going to be making me more of these netherite templates, but listening is what I shall do. So let's go down here into the storage room and let's just grab a stack of netherrack, and then we're going to go ahead and go deliver this to my master Knight. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. He has like 9 shulker boxes set up here. He asked me for netherrack. I don't know what is going on right now. Okay, so he's showing me the recipe, so I need him to, you know, give me the stuff to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. So smithing template there, netherrack, and then surround that guy in diamonds, and it makes you 2. All right, so then if I go ahead and do that again, oh dude, this is so expensive. And then we can have 4. Oh my god, I never realized how expensive this is to do, but you know what, it's probably gonna be worth it. So okay, there we go, we have 7. I can give 1 back to Knight, and then oh my gosh, that costed like half a stack of diamonds. Okay, Knight places each chest back down, so I can go ahead and put that there. You can take my junk. Thank you, Knight. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Okay, so Knight is also letting me use his smithing table. So first things first, I want to go ahead and upgrade both of my pickaxes. So let's get that one done, and then we're also going to get that one done. And then I think my next 2 pieces are probably going to go into my 2 shovels because it just really does increase the durability. So yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade both of those shovels. Might as well put the axe in right away as well. And then we only have 1 more netherite ingot, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this helmet into a little bit of netherite. There we go. Okay, helmet, and then most of my tools besides these 2. And there we go. I will be netherite mining again in the future in the season, but for now, I want to take a break. I want to be done netherite mining, and I'm going to get working on some other projects on the server. Okay, first things first, Gingy is done making this crane, so what I'm going to do is start cleaning up the mess. So he left my shulker box right there, and then if I climb this mountain up here, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now, in one of these chests, I think this one, yeah, this one, he left a couple more of my building materials as well. So let's grab all of that, and then also these coppers that are out here weathering. I'm just going to go ahead and mine all these guys right away just to get this entire area cleaned up, because eventually I would like to put some more builds here as well, like I've said. Okay, last 3 pieces of copper right here, and then let's go start storing all of this stuff back in where it belongs. Okay, first things first, I like to store all the copper right here, and yeah, I'm just going to unload this shulker box. I'll be back once I get this done. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up all of that stuff. Now next up, I know my wheat farm has been overgrown for a very long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting all of this. Also, in case you guys couldn't tell, I did add some custom texture packs. So I got this texture pack that makes wheat look a lot better. Basically, it just makes wheat really tall, and I really like how it looks. Thank you, Gingy, for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and farm this entire wheat field, replant it, and I will be back once I get all of that done. Okay, so I went ahead and finished Operation Farm the Wheat Field. I've got a little bit of wheat. Let's go ahead, let's head inside, and let's go and turn all of that into some more hay bales. Now, the reason I like to farm this wheat is because I like building with hay. I use hay bale as decorations a lot, so just having a stockpile of it is very nice. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna stop putting it off. I'm gonna work on building the second house here along the river in my little connected village. Now, for this connected village, what I am wanting to do is basically build all of these houses out of different materials. I asked Knight and Gingy what they thought, and they said I should do a primarily white build for the next house. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So my goal right now is to go ahead and collect all of the materials I'm going to be needing for this house, and I think the good way to start that is by getting my shulker boxes. So let's go ahead and grab all 6 of my shulker boxes. Once again, shout out to Knight for giving me my 6 shulker box last episode. Okay, so my palette idea for this build is I want to use some diorite, some polished diorite. So we're going to get a shulker box down right here, and we are going to grab a couple of stacks of some diorite, and let's shove that in that shulker box right away. And then also, I think quartz will go very well with the diorite. So I'm going to go ahead and grab quite a few stacks of nether quartz, and we'll go ahead and put all of that in that chest as well. Now, lastly, I'm thinking some deep slate bricks. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of these, and I'm going to go ahead and take all of these and a couple more stacks of these and load all of those guys into my shulker box as well. Now, with all of the stone materials collected, I've got to head over to my wood house and get the wood types that I'm going to need for this build. Now, the first thing I'm going to need from right here is just some pale oak. I don't remember. Okay, right here's my pale oak. Let's just grab a couple stacks of that, throw all of those guys in there as well. And then I'm thinking for the outline, we're going to use some spruce logs. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bunch of spruce logs too. And then there we go. That is going to be the start of everything I'm going to be using for this build. We'll expand as we go a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here just by throwing down everything I need. So we got a stone cutter, we got a crafting table, and then both of my shulker boxes. And then I guess I'm just going to get started with the framing, which, okay, did I use spruce here? This does look like it's spruce, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to chop one of these and see if this is spruce. No, that is dark oak. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab the spruce logs out and I'm going to start the framing of this next house. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking to add a little bit of depth. I'm going to make this next house go out one more block. So that way it kind of makes the path kind of walk along the river. Yeah, I think I really like that. So if we put that block there, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do this one right here. So let's go ahead and let's build both of those little guys up. We're going to go one more, boom, boom. And then, do I want to make this any taller? I honestly feel like I could go one taller with this one just so the roofs aren't exactly the same. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that. We're going to go one taller there, one taller there. I'm sorry, skeleton horse. I did not mean that. But then let's just build this across like that. And then it's going to follow a very similar pattern here where we're going to basically be the exact same house, just built out of different materials here. So boom, little something like that. And then this one cross like that. And then we're going to go boom, 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 and boom. And then obviously it is going to... Oh, wait, no, I'm doing this wrong. So this is going to have to go here since the house is a little bit different. And then we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side. This will only go to here, and then the corner pillar right here, build that guy up, and we're gonna go across with these, and we're gonna go across this way as well. And okay, there we go. We got the bottom floor completely framed out. I think I like how this is right now. Now let's just go ahead, let's grab some more spruce, and we might as well frame the top right away because it's gonna be basically the exact same thing. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1. And oh, yep, see, here's my first problem already. We're gonna have to start cutting some stuff out. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna do all these pillars. I'll be back once I get this done. Okay, so I went ahead and made the frame for this house. This house is currently sitting about 2 blocks lower than that house. I think I'm gonna raise it up one just because right now it looks really dumb. So yeah, let's actually go ahead and just do that real quick. So I'm gonna have to go around and break all these in between blocks. Oh, dude, this is gonna be such a pain. There we go. And let's go ahead and break all of these guys. And then we're gonna do crossbeam there. And then same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and redo all this. I will be right back. Okay, there we go. I've redone the entire frame to be just 1 block taller. I think this is going to help quite a bit. So now let's go ahead and start digging in the ground levels floor. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig out all of this dirt right here, just like so. And then we're going to be using dark oak slabs for the floor just because it's a material I have a load of and it's easy for me to get my hands on. Let's fill all this in. And yeah, these houses, like I've said, they're going to be very similar, just using different blocks for all of them to kind of differentiate them. But I think I'm really going to end up liking it. Okay, so we got that floor completely done. And now let's go ahead and make ourselves a door. I want to do a spruce door just because I feel like spruce doors are honestly severely underrated. And we're going to throw the door in on this side rather than that side, just so it's a little different from that other one. And we're also going to do it from this side, so it flips that way. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's just get started with some diorite. So let's go 2 and then 2. Let's make 2 stacks of polished diorite. And then we're also going to be using the pale oak logs alongside a little bit of calcite. And we're just going to be kind of randomly placing these guys throughout, trying to add a little bit of texturing and detailing as you do. So then we can go ahead and strip these guys down and it makes a very beautiful white looking build. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's do this to all of the levels on the ground here. Okay, I can't have these logs facing that way, but all the walls on the ground here, we kind of want to be this exact same pattern. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a cut. I'm going to fill in all these walls. I will be right back once I finish that. Okay, so I have went ahead. I got walls in with the white palette on the entire of the bottom floor. I'm just thinking I'm going to do the exact same thing on the top floor, although normally I do like to switch between the top and bottom floor for block palette. I think in this build, it will look really nice to have it all white on both floors of the build. So I'm going to go ahead, scaffold up, and get all this placed in with the exact same color palette. I'll be back once I get all of that done. Okay, so I went ahead and I filled all the walls in on all sides of this build. So this is going to be the basic color palette we're going with. So now what I've got to do is go ahead, throw in the roof, and then just start adding in some detailing. Now, I'm not going to do a tall roof like this, mostly because I want the builds to look quite a bit different. And if I do 2 tall roofs like that, they're going to be the exact same height, and it just will not look good. So yeah, I think the roof style I'm going to go with is going to be a very simple roof style, just like that house right there, but on that build right there. The only problem is I don't know what block palette is going to make a good roof for this kind of build right here. Okay, there's one very simple thing I want to try for doing a roof. I think I'm going to try using like stone brick, and cobblestone a little bit. So first of all, I'm going to grab any cobblestone stairs that I have just like that. Let's grab these guys as well. And then I might as well go ahead and grab a little bit of regular stone out of this chest and a little bit of cobblestone out of this chest. But yeah, dude, I'm loving this. In my head, once I get this finished, I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. But obviously, there's a lot of work that needs to be done before I'm even close to finishing this build. Where did my scaffolding go? Okay, I forgot my scaffolding is right here. Let's go ahead and let's break all that. Let's take it all. And let's use this scaffolding to scaffold up to the top of the build. And let's just get started with a very simple yet effective roof design. So I'm going to start with the outline, which is just going to be basically alongside this edge here using this exact block palette. And I'll be back once I get the outline of this done and see if I like it, I guess. Okay, so I went ahead and got a start of an outline here, but this part is tricky. So currently I'm trying to figure out a way that I can go ahead and connect this into that build. And honestly, I'm thinking I'm just going to have to chop out this trim because it's not going to get seen anyways. And then I can go ahead and just start building like so. And then this one, okay, overhang. So this guy is going to have to break that. And then I guess it's just going to have to do something like this, to which I'll connect it. Okay, does that look okay? I think so. So now it's just a matter of filling this in, and then I'm going to see if I like the build concept. I'll be back once I get this whole thing filled in. Okay, so right here we got both the houses side by side. I definitely like the height of this building right here, although I'm not sure how I feel about that roof palette. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the roof palette down below in the comment section. I definitely want it to be different from that house, but I don't know what else to do other than that. Okay, so I was in the talks cooking up a plan with Gengi, and what I decided is that I'm going to use some warped wood planks for the majority of the roof. And so I'm here in the Nether currently trying to farm up a bunch of warped wood. For those of you wondering the reason the trees chop themselves, I have a plugin activated. Basically what it does is once you chop one block of the tree, it chops down the entire tree. It is a very nice plugin. Highly recommend using it. It just makes playing Minecraft so much more fun. But yeah, I'm going to run around this warped wood forest and kind of just collect everything that I can. And I will be back once I get a good amount of warped wood. Okay, so I went ahead and I collected a ton of warped wood stems here. So now night destroyed the roof for me while I was in the Nether. I am going to go ahead and just craft myself a bunch of deep slate bricks, just like that. And then I'm also going to craft myself some deep slate tiles because you guys know I love doing this texture combo. And we're going to go back up to the roof and we're going to redo the entire thing, which, of course I messed this up. Okay. Up, and now that should be high enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get started. We're going to be doing the exact same roof layout, just obviously using a different block palette here. So I'll be back once I get this outline complete, and I'll see you all there. Okay, so I went ahead and got the entire roof framed out yet again. Now I'm just going to go ahead and grab myself some warped wood, which I have in my inventory, and I'm going to make myself a bunch of stairs. That's probably a little bit too many, but you know what? It's okay. And I want to fill in the center of this house using this warped wood. I think this will be a really nice touch with the white. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, place all these in, struggle a little bit, and I will be back once I get this all done. Okay, so here's what I got. I really like the warped wood, but now Gengi is telling me he doesn't like the spruce. So I'm gonna try to come up with a different alternative that'll maybe look a little bit better than the spruce. Okay, so my idea here, because I think this will look a little bit better together, what I'm gonna try to do, I'm just gonna try this with the front to begin with, but let's go ahead and put in the polished basalt instead. And overall, I think this might look a lot better, but I want to give it a test go before I go and do the entire side of the build. So then crossbeam, because this looks very similar to a wood support beam. I need to go ahead and sleep though. Okay, so Gengi was telling me that the spruce didn't work with this house, so I'm trying basalt. I think I'm going to stick with the spruce though. So that means I got to go ahead and break all the spruce pillaring again and replace it all with spruce logs. So yeah, I will be right back once I get this all replaced in again with spruce. This is such a long house process. Okay, I have went ahead and brought back the spruce, and I think the spruce does look a lot better. But yeah, so we got the white, we got the spruce, we got deep slate trim on the roof, and then warped wood in the actual roof itself. And now it's time for me to start working on some little detailing around the build. So first, I want to switch all of these things. So we're going to go warped wood, and I've never crafted warped wood door before, but I think we're going to go ahead and pop that right there. Perfect. And then I'm also going to go ahead and craft a stair right away out of this polished diorite. And I'm going to replace this little guy right here with that stair like that. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to need more room. I'm going to throw down another shulker box. I'm going to dump everything I have in here. And I'm going to go collect some materials I need for designing the rest of the space. Okay, so I went ahead. I collected a bunch of materials that I'm going to be using to decorate the outside of this house right away. First things first, I want to get this composter put right there in the corner. And then I'm going to put some flowering azaleas on top of that. And then obviously, lastly, we're going to need a window right here. So let's chop that guy out. And I think I'm going to try out these pink windows, see how I like that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do. I think we're going to go with cyan because the warped wood, I feel like cyan will look a little better here. So let's go ahead and mine that window out and let's store these in there. Okay, so first of all, to get cyan dye, I need some cactus green dye. And I believe I'd be hunting as a farm setup over here. But yeah, if I make my way over here, he's got this automatic cactus farm set up that makes a bunch of green dye. So let's take some of that. And then I am going to have to go ahead and head over to my starter house to be able to get some lapis to make the cyan dye. Okay, so right here we have lapis. So I believe if you combine this with this, no. But if we make a little bit of the blue dye and then you combine the blue dye with the green dye, that is how you make the cyan dye. All right. Oh my God, that scared me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the cyan dye and put that in the glass window right there. And I think that does look a lot better. Okay, now for the top floor, I'm wanting to do a little balcony instead of this overhang because I feel like that'll look pretty good. So first things first, I got to remember where I put my scaffolding. There it is. And then I think I'm going to pop a door out right here. So let's chop both of those. Okay, then I'm going to do a little balcony out of the warped wood, kind of a little something like this. And it'll probably make it go round like that. And then, all right, perfect. And then I'm going to need to do the trap door. Okay, I did not do that one right. But if we place this one on top, oh, and I messed it up again. Okay, third time is the charm. We place this one on top of that one and then close that one. There we go. I'm going to have to craft some more warped wood here. So let's just put half that in there, craft that, and let's craft some more of these trapdoors. Okay, and then I'm going to make these guys go all the way around. So just up like that. And then if I connect it like that, that is not going to work. Oh my gosh, why are putting trapdoors on so hard? But okay, that should be good. Now we open all of these and then I can go ahead and break the ones they're sitting on just like that. And there we go. We got a little bit of a balcony overhanging right here. Now I think I'm going to pop a window in the wall right here, dude. All this wood is driving me nuts because I keep accidentally breaking it. Let's go ahead and put the cyan window in right there. And then a little bit of lighting. We're going to add lanterns there and there. I think that should be good. Okay, so me and Knight have been hard at work for hours putting together this masterpiece of a front. Yes, 4 hours. That took us 4 hours to do all that. Now, obviously, this side between the houses, I mean, there's no between the houses, so we don't have to decorate that. And then this side, there will eventually be a house against it, so we don't have to decorate that. So all we have left to do is this back side. And to start, I gotta work on adding the core stair path. So I'm gonna go ahead, go get those blocks and get that started. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm gonna break this out. I'm gonna add in the spruce slabs to bring it down a layer, and then I'm gonna make the pathway go down so it is on this layer instead of the layer above. So let's do that, and then we're gonna go in one. And I want it to go all the way along the back side of the house just so you can't see that like log pathway. And then let's go ahead and fill it in with grass blocks on this side as well. Just something like that. And Night, oh, dude, that leaf litter on there looks sick. But Night is going in, making my paths look a little bit better. Okay, so then what I'm wanting to do is basically the exact same thing that is on the other side. So we have this door here. We're going to put this door on this side. And I'm going to have to chop out a little spot for the window. I accidentally unloaded my entire inventory, so I got to go grab everything out of the shulker. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab these windows and then anything else. I need that door as well. You know, anything that's warped. And then I'm also going to craft some deep slate slabs. Okay, I cannot. I forgot I need to use the stone cutter. There we go. Let's make those all deep slate slabs. That should work. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the top level flooring right here. I'll be back once I get this all filled in. And I'm just going to add a little bit of lighting in here so that way no mobs spawn. And then I need something for the roof here as well. I'm going to go find something. But first, I can go ahead and throw that door right there. I am going to need to get a stair as well for that. Okay, so I got the diorite stair. There we go. We got that in. And then I am just going to go ahead and add in a spruce roof right here, just like this. Okay, so now I think we just got to put in something like that there. I'm going to have to put one of those pots here again, so I need a composter. And I'm also going to take these flowering azalea because I really like the look of the flowering azalea. So let's put that down there. And we'll stack the 2 flowering azaleas on top of that. And lastly, on this little composter, I can add these little signs to give it a little bit more depth. I did not mean to type on that. Let's just erase that real quick. Then right here, I'm going to go ahead and do this little wall thing I did earlier with these deep slate, or not deep slate, but whatever you call the warped wood going up there. Okay, so then lastly, I just want to go ahead and add in these fence gates like that, open all of those up, and I forgot a window. Of course, I forgot a window. We got to build up here and break this out and break the one above that out as well. And then we'll just go ahead and throw in the sign window like that. Perfect. And there we go. I think this house is going to be done until we get the next house built next to it. Okay, so with those 2 houses done together, I really am enjoying how they're looking, and I've got like 3 more houses, I would say, to fill in the rest of that area. But for now, I'm going to take a brief little break from making houses, and I'm going to do something one of my comments actually suggested in one of my previous videos. So for this suggestion, I was told to go ahead and grab some white pale oak. I don't know where I store it, so okay, here we go. White pale oak. Let's grab some of these logs, and then I guess their very basic idea was that I'd put in some of these white oak logs as replace of some of the acacia logs up here in order to add a little bit of texturing and detailing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing a little something like that, and just to see how I think this looks, because you know they are actually relatively similar. Yeah, personally I'm not a fan of that. We're going back to the acacia. I appreciate the comment suggestion, just not for me. If you guys have any suggestions for builds and stuff, let me know. I'm always reading every single one of my comments, so I like to be able to do what you guys think is a good idea. Okay, so next up, I actually want to head over to Gengi's area because I haven't been online on the server in probably about 10 days. I've just been busy doing work and doing stuff in real life, so I haven't been able to hop on, but I want to go see if there's any progress done over there. First things first, though, I'm going to go ahead and dump the pale oak in there. Dude, I have so many shulker boxes, but I feel like I want even more in the future as well. I don't know if I showed this already, but Gengi also did finish my crane, and I really like it. The idea is eventually we're going to use that cave and turn that cave into something. Not sure what exactly yet, so if you guys have ideas, let me know down below in the comments. There's a cave that goes down into the mountain there, and kind of the first thing to start was adding this little crane right there, which is what I had Gengi do. So that is now there as well. But yeah, unfortunately, there is nobody else online right now. It is pretty lonely, but I'm going to head my way over to Gengi's house. He's up the river a little bit down there. I got to go get one of the boats down there. But then, yeah, I'll be heading over to Gengi's house. The sugarcane here isn't even grown, so I feel like nobody has really been online much. But yeah, I'm gonna head down the river to Gengi's house. I'll be back once I get there. Oh, okay. So Gengi added this giant custom like generated cliff here. It looks so good with the shaders. I absolutely love how that reflects on the water. That looks sick. I'm not sure if he's done with it or if it's still a work in progress, but let's go take a look. Okay, so up here, it doesn't look like there's anything new. Chicken coop was here. His little hide, or what do you call that? Hobbit hole? Yeah, his hobbit hole was here. This building was here. His little village across the river. But I think he has added some new stuff. If you cross the bridge right over here, looks like he's in the progress of working based on his shulkers being all over the floor. But yeah, he's got this cool custom farm area. Wait, low key, this is kind of sick. I really like this, Gengi. This looks amazing. But yeah, he's got all these farms on a winding path up here. I don't exactly know what he's planning to build up here. Looks like maybe some sort of tower, or actually, I'm pretty sure he told me he was going to build a windmill up here, which could look super cool. But yeah, I guess that's all Gengi has done since I've been offline. I'm going to go check out Sophia's place, see if she's done anything new as well. Okay, here's Sophia's place. I'm not seeing any new buildings from down here under the river, but dude, I absolutely love this custom bridge she built. Like the fact that it's here, it looks super nice to begin with, and you can also boat underneath it is absolutely perfect. Yeah, let's take a look. It doesn't look like she's been online either. I feel like the server has just been dead the last 10 days. She's cleared out this little piece of land right here. I think she was planning on building something there, but it doesn't look like there's anything new. Hey, yeah, this farm is the exact same as when I did the world tour. Oh, dude, that was like wait, what is that? Who is that? I've never seen this before in my life. Maybe she has been online. Okay, yeah, this is completely new. So there's Sophia's house right there, and then there's this new building. I don't know who is doing it. There's some yellow shulker boxes, which I would assume this is probably Sophia's doing. Okay, I'm a little bit tired of designing houses. I got 3-ish more houses to go, but I don't really want to do them right now. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. I got that little rock stone right there. I've got a little rock stone right there. I'm going to make this entire shoreline into that rock stone design. So first things first, I got to head into my stone storage and go pick up the materials that I need for that build. Grab stone cutter is pretty important. Okay, getting hasted here sometimes kind of scares me because I can just one-shot the entire wall. And then I'm thinking the build is going to be stone, cobblestone, and andesite. So I'm going to grab any cobblestone materials that I might need, and then any stone and andesite materials as well. Yeah, I'm just going to grab absolutely everything in here, and we'll go ahead and throw all of those materials into the shulker box. And I think there should be some andesite materials. Okay, it's just polished. But let's go ahead and grab a couple stacks of andesite, and then also we're going to need some stone and cobblestone that I'm going to get from my overflow storage right up here. So maybe like 3 stacks of cobblestone and then 3 stacks of stone as well. Okay, with all of this materials, I should be able to head right over here. I'm going to go ahead and throw my shulker box down, my stone cutter down, and then did I forget andesite? Okay, I did not. But first things first, I'm going to kind of like cut out this wall, I think, and it's kind of just going to get replaced with like a mixture of all of these blocks, a little something like that. And I'm just going to keep going all the way along, replacing all this mud in with this stone and andesite. I will be back once I get that first step done. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and replaced all of the mud down here, as you can see, with that mixture of stone, cobblestone, and andesite. So now I'm just going to kind of add little like areas that go up, something like this, and just randomly mixing in these blocks as well. And then we'll go ahead and add in some like stairs, some slabs, and all that other garbage and stuff throughout. But yeah, I'm also going to be leaving some small gaps so there can be like some walls maybe and just different stuff like that. And then also we're maybe going to go up with some of these guys just randomly as well to make them have a little bit more of a rigid feel. I feel like this could be good. Okay, with all that done, I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of my slabs, stairs, and walls. So let's grab all these materials. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start adding in some of this stuff around. So something like that. And then we could go maybe a wall there and another slab on top of that one. I'm just going to completely randomize this, make this my own sort of experiment thingy. And yeah, we're just going to have a good time with it, enjoy ourselves, you know, as one does. And yeah, I'm hoping this should make this look a lot better. I do need myself stairs as well. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the stair in maybe like that. And yeah, I'm gonna go along, do this. I'll be back once I get all this put in, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, I think I got this to be about what I want. So it's just this little like side ridge rock wall and, you know, differentiating materials. I think that's gonna look good. I want to take a look at it from this side though as well. So yeah, from across the river, I really like how that looks. It kind of hides the path a little bit. The path looked really stupid before, and I gotta be completely honest, this was Gengi's idea for me to do, so thank you, Gengi, for the suggestion. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that for now. That means I got to go ahead, clean up all my materials, and then I got to decide what I'm going to do for this third house right here. So as you guys can tell, we did the mangrove, and then I don't even know what you would call that palette, that brown palette for the upper floor. Over here, we did kind of this white diorite looking palette with the blue warped wood in it as well. And then I'm wanting all these houses to be different. So there we have a steep roof. There we have a normal, like modern house roof, I guess. But yeah, we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for a house right here. And then probably, I think we can fit 3 houses there yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, clean up my materials. I just gotta grab my shulker box, my stone cutter over here. There's something about me when I play Minecraft, I absolutely have to have everything organized, otherwise it drives me insane. I'm gonna throw that mud out there because ew. I'm gonna go ahead and store all this stuff, and then I'm gonna have to start thinking of what I'm gonna do for that third house. Okay, so I've been thinking for a little bit here, and I remember, I think it was 2 or 3 months ago when we started this Forever World. Originally, in episode 1, I said I wanted to build my starter home out of birch wood, and I'm still yet to do that. I was very basic. We built it out of oak. We built it out of spruce. I've done a lot of builds. We have starter house. We have house, barn. Yeah, a bunch of builds, and I'm yet to use a single piece of birch wood. Oh, what the? The new block is here. Somebody put these here. But yeah, I'm yet to use a single piece of birch wood. So I want to go ahead and use a birch wood for this next house. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any birch wood because, you know, who the heck collects and keeps birch wood? So I'm going to have to go ahead and go farm some. Luckily for me, we have a giant birch wood farm, or farm for any wood on the world ever. It's right on the other side of this mountain. So I'm going to go run over there and I'm going to go farm up some birchwood. I'll see you guys once I'm over there. Okay, I actually haven't been here in a while. So those of you that are new to the channel, this is your first video you're watching. This is our giant servers farm tree. So I believe we have every wood type here except the 2 nether wood types. Okay, apparently there's a bunch of mangrove roots there, but we got pale oak down there. We've got a line of dark oak, this massive, absolutely massive spruce farm. We have a little bit of jungle trees, but our problem with jungle trees is a lot of the time they don't give you more saplings than trees. So over time, you slowly just run out of jungle trees, and it is really annoying. But yeah, we got all these jungle trees. We've got our mangrove. We've got cherry right here. A long line of acacia wood. We have literally every wood type here. And then we got oak, and I believe right here on the back side, I have a small birch farm. So okay, I went ahead and enabled my auto tree chopping mod. This is a mod that we run on the server, just so you guys know. You break 1 block, and essentially it's going to go ahead and farm the entire thing of trees for me. It is absolutely awesome and just makes playing the game so much more fun. So you don't have to spend so much time farming wood. And it's not a mod, it is a plugin. So if you don't know what a plugin is, it's basically kind of like a mod, but it's server side, so the server has it activated, not an individual player. But yeah, I've got about a stack and 26 birch logs out of that. I'm gonna wait for all of these saplings to drop. I'm gonna replant the entire row and probably farm this a couple more times, so I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and farmed all of the birch trees. Unfortunately, I only got 22 saplings back, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant all these. Oh, night's online, so I'm finally not alone. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plant all these birch saplings back, and then I've got a long waiting process. Okay, I don't even think I got as many trees as I had before. Okay, so I really don't have the patience to wait for this all to grow. So I'm gonna go ahead and bone meal all this because Night has a bone meal farm. Oh, oopsies. But Night has a bone meal farm. So I should be able to just go ahead and bone meal all these trees so I can quickly reharvest them again. I'm gonna bone meal all these. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I went ahead and bone meal all the trees. We got the whole line back yet again. I've got my auto tree shop enabled, so I'm gonna go ahead and break down the entire row of trees. Oh my gosh, dude, that is so goddamn satisfying. And then we can just run through and grab all the birch logs. I'm gonna repeat the process a couple times till I have enough birch wood. I will be back once I officially am done farming birch wood. Okay, I've got about 4 stacks of birch logs, just farmed it, completely replanted the whole thing. So I'm gonna head home now. I think this should be enough. And I mostly just say that because honestly, I don't need very much wood for these houses because these houses tend to be relatively small. But yeah, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna see you guys once I make it back to the base. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure the entire house's palette so far, but I know what I want to do is use birch logs for the pillars in the corner, and then I'm going to strip them. So since I got my birch, I'm going to start that. But as you can see, I want these houses to be out 1 block from each other. So there's this house right here, and then right here, the second house sticks out an extra block from that. So I'm wanting this other house to stick out another block like this, and we're going to go up 4, I think. Okay, we're gonna make these all the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I can do a pillar right here. And then, okay, how tall do I want to make this one? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm gonna go 5 with this one, just so it's a block taller than the previous one. So let's go up like that. And then I'm gonna make cross beams like that. And we'll do these going back here. You guys know the drill. I've built 2 of these houses already. Literally all these houses are basically the exact same, just using different blocks and slightly different shape variations. Oh, but yeah, okay, so this is the problem here. Since we're going out 1 more, I actually can't put these here. These have to go something like this. And then same thing right there. And then we're going back. I'm just going to do it on this one. So back all the way to there. And then same thing. We're going to go across here, up there. Boom. Okay, so that will be the bottom floor completely framed out. Now I got to go ahead and strip all of this wood. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll be back in a second. Or actually, I can just go ahead and talk about something. So recently, I started watching Dragon Ball Daima. I'm not a big fan of the Dragon Ball series. I actually have only watched... I've watched every piece of Dragon Ball content. So I watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, all that different stuff. But even though I've watched it all, doesn't mean I enjoy it. So I actually really do not enjoy most Dragon Ball content. I just don't have a good time with. I don't think Dragon Ball is that good. Okay, why do I keep messing? How did I mess that up that badly, dude? I gotta break all that out. We need to re-put the pillar. Okay, apparently I messed that up too. So yeah, like that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Daima, not very different. I haven't loved it. I don't think it's a bad show by any means. I just don't think it's a great show. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys have watched Dragon Ball Daima, what do you guys think down below in the comment section? I'd be super duper curious to know. But yeah, see, here's the thing. I got to start chopping out the roof now as well. But we're just going up 5 blocks like so. And then we're going to chop out this one. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to have to, yeah, these are just going to get taken out here, because I don't really need these. There's going to be framework around all these. So let's go ahead and let's add in the birch frame. Oh my gosh, dude. How many times am I going to mess this up? Let's add in the birch framework to finish all the way around. Building these houses is coming down to like a science for me. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just a matter of changing the blocks slightly so they all look a little bit different. But I think once it's all complete, I'm thinking it's going to look really nice. This house, I don't know how tall it's going to be yet. I'm kind of just going to have to figure that out. Maybe I should also add some chimneys onto these. I see someone flying behind me. I swear I saw you. I don't know who it was, but I saw someone fly by that tree. But yeah, I suppose now I can just go ahead and strip all of these logs on the top. Dude, stripping logs is so satisfying in this game. I don't know what it is. I just absolutely love to strip logs. I also need to just remember, for the love of God, to go get my freaking scaffolding. I swear, every time I'm building, I never remember my scaffolding, and it's always the biggest pain. But yeah, last couple. Okay, can I do the parkour? No, why do I always miss that jump? I'm just gonna build up. It's okay. I'll accept the loss. And let's do the last little corner there. Perfect. And then next up, I think I'm going to work on digging out what I want this building to be. So I'm going to have to dig out this entire section in here, which will be really easy because I've got this shovel. So yeah, I'm going to quickly go ahead and dig out all this. I will be back in 1 second. Okay, now that I dug all that out, I'm going to have to finish adding in these support beams. So let's go ahead and let's do this. I probably should strip all the logs before. That way I don't have to worry about stripping them afterwards. But also I feel like that just takes more time and it makes actually no sense. So there we go. We got a frame made out for this house. Okay, now that I got my framing done, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with a little deep slate look because I think it'll complement very well with the birch. So I gotta see if I have any. Okay, I do have some deep slate tiles. I can take those, and then it doesn't look like I have any others, so I'm gonna just take some cobbled deep slate here, and then I'm also gonna have to go ahead and grab my stone cutter. So let's grab that little guy. Perfect. Okay, here's what we got so far. I don't hate it. I don't know how I feel about that right now, but you know what? We'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, let's get the deep slate cutter down and let's make a stack of deep slate bricks and also I think some deep slate tiles maybe. I'm gonna try making a stack of deep slate tiles as well. So let's take these. Wait. Crack deep slate tile. What the heck? I didn't even know that was a thing. And okay, this one I'm actually gonna do it a little differently. So here we have a door on the right side. Here we have a door on the left side. I think for this one, I'm gonna put the door right in the middle. So let's just go ahead and let's do a little something like that. Honestly, I might put a birch floor. You know what? I don't hate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig out and put these birch in like this. And then we'll frame this out upside down, deep slate like that. I'm gonna have to get a door. What kind of door do I want to use? Probably a spruce door. I should have one of those in my old starter house. I wish I could remember and just grab everything in one trip because I run back and forth so many times for these builds. Okay, I think, yeah, there's a spruce door right there. I don't think I want to do a dark oak door. I think I'm going to stick to the spruce. I feel like the spruce will look decently nice. Although, maybe I could try out a birch door because I feel like I've literally never used a birch door in my life while playing Minecraft ever. So maybe a birch door could be a good idea. But you know what? For now, we're just going to go ahead and throw that guy right there. And perfect. Okay, now I know I have some glass right here. So can I do little things? You know what? Maybe I can do that. Let's go ahead and let's make a little bit more birch planks. And let's dig out that like that. Dig out that like that there too. I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to throw in the windows up top there as well. And then I'm just going to have to fill in with something like that. And maybe I think like that. Oh, and I jumped in the water on accident. Okay, actually, no, that looks awful. So if I take this out and I take this out, how does this look? Does that look okay? No, that also still looks awful. Okay, so I think what I've decided, I need silk touch, and we're gonna break out all three of these upper windows. Place this in with my little mix there. Okay. And then I don't know, like, I feel like the windows just don't work on this front part. Like, can I do these windows? I feel like they need to be completely surrounded in the same type of block, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna chop all these windows out real quick. See what it looks like if I just go ahead and throw in the deep slate instead. So let's go and let's throw deep slate, deep slate, deep slate. I feel like it's gonna be way too flat, right? Yeah, that is way too flat. Okay, what if I just chop out a double window and a double window like this, and then let's go ahead and let's get the glass panes in there, glass panes in there. You know, I think that's a little bit better. I'm gonna keep that for now. Maybe we'll get rid of it later. I'm not sure yet, but that's a start. That obviously means I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of these outside walls. You guys know the drill. There's gonna be a house right next to this house, so there's absolutely no point in me putting windows on the bottom floor. There will be windows on the top floor, but the bottom floor is gonna be completely in a cliff and in a house, so there's just absolutely no point. I'm gonna fill in this entire bottom floor. I'll be back once I get this whole thing done. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I hate how this looks, so I'm gonna have to chop out the windows. I wanted to put the door in the middle of this one, but unfortunately, I just don't know that that's gonna work, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop out all of this. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to go back to the old style. And you know what if we actually just went, okay, let's try the door in the way outside position. And then, you know the drill, we get the stair going right there, and then I'm losing my blocks here, but let's get these kind of going up and around something like this. And then if the door is in that position, I could do a glass window right there. Okay, I think I'm going to give that a try. Maybe that might look decent. We'll stick with that for now, see what we think. Okay, so I had Knight come over and give me his opinion, and I also don't like it. I don't think the deep slate goes with the birch wood at all, so I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to have to come up with something else, I guess. But yeah, step one, mine out all this. Okay, Knight is going to go tinkle. That is great to know, but I'm going to mine out all this. I'll be back as soon as I get all this dug out. Or I guess I could just stay and commentate about stuff, and you guys can watch me mine this whole thing out, but I don't know if that's something you guys want to do. So yeah, I'll be right back once I get all this mined out. Okay, so I got all the deep slate dug out. Another idea that Knight suggested that I actually think is going to look really good, and it's very unique, so I really just enjoy it overall, is using the stripped birch for those outside pillars like I've already got. So I'm going to keep the pillars exactly how I have them. I can't see it from here, but you guys get the point. And then I'm going to go farm some cherry wood, and I'll put some cherry planks and some stripped cherry logs and have that be the inside of the walls and see how those blocks look together. I honestly think it might cook, so I'm going to go ahead, head over to the farm and farm up some cherry wood. Okay, so I'm here at the cherry farm. I've got my auto tree chopping mod enabled, so I'm just going to go ahead and punch one of these out. Unfortunately, the cherry trees don't grow in a line, so it's not nearly as efficient, but still decently efficient here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, break out a little bit here, get a little bit of cherry wood, and then I think, oh no. Apparently there's a daily breaking limit on that. Okay, so I need to fix that so I can break an unlimited amount of trees in a day, but it did limit me here. So that is all the cherry wood I'm gonna get for now, but that should be more than enough. Now I just gotta wait for some of the saplings to drop so I can go ahead and do a little bit of replanting. Okay, so I'm kind of just hanging out up here in the tree trying to get saplings now, so I'm chopping out as many of these leaves as I can with my Fortune 3 hoe, and I'm hoping to get saplings so I can go ahead and replant the whole tree farm, because it's annoying when people don't replant it, so I just want to make sure I replant it for whoever wants to use it next. Yeah, I'll be back once I get enough saplings. I can replant the whole thing again. Okay, I've got just over a stack of cherry trees. They're still kind of breaking apart, but I'm pretty positive I have enough. Which means I can go ahead, replant this, and get back to work on my Riverside house project, which I'm super excited for when all those houses are just fully built. But yeah, oh my God, I've got 46 saplings left. I'm going to go add on to the end of this, and it's going to take forever because I'm pretty sure I got to run this direction for like 5 minutes. You know what? This cherry farm might be a little bit overkill, but honestly, it's super nice for when we actually do need wood. So I'm gonna keep extending, and I'm pretty sure I can go for quite a ways. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going in this straight line so that way we can efficiently harvest it. It just works absolutely amazing. I'll be back once I get this done, and I'm back at the base. Okay, I'm back to the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn some of these into planks, and I'm gonna do a mix of these planks as well as these other things. So first things first, I want to get this door in the same area it was before, and then I need a crafting table. Let's go ahead and let's get the crafting table down. I'm gonna need a single stair. Dude, I don't know if I love or hate the look of the cherry wood. Like, it's so weird. It's such a mixed bag to me. Okay, and then I'm gonna need glass panes as well, and then I'm gonna just throw in an absolute mix of both of these and just kind of do my own thing here, and it'll look a little bit better once all of these are stripped. So let's go strip. Oh, that looks so different. Wait, I never realized how different that looks. Holy crap. Okay, let's go ahead and let's add in our window up front as well. And maybe that might look decent. I'm going to leave it for now, see what you guys end up saying in the video. If you guys like it, if you guys hate it, let me know down below in the comment section. But since I've decided officially I'm going to be going with this, that means that I've got to start just going. Oh, I can't place them this way. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I forgot my auto tree chop was enabled. That could have been so bad, dude. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, fill in the rest of the walls. I'm going to be back as soon as I go ahead and finish off all of these guys. Okay, I've got all my walls in. Now I can go ahead and strip all of these guys down. I thought these would be a lot closer in color. I never realized how different the planks and the strip logs of cherry wood actually is. That is insane. Like, I feel like every other strip log looks very similar to the plank, and you can do this, but this is very, very different. But I feel like I almost maybe like it a little bit, so I'm going to leave it for now, see what you guys think when you guys watch this video. Okay, there we go. So bottom floor outline is done. Now the top floor, I could go and do the same thing, or I could make it a little bit different. And honestly, I don't know which way I want to go. Like I could, it's so hard. It's so hard. I'm not sure because I could definitely keep this the exact same, or I could make it different. It's just so hard for me to come up with a decision. But these two builds I have a little bit different, so I do feel like this one should be different as well, especially when you consider, so the lore that I've got going on for these river builds is that each of these houses are duplexes. Nobody in the bottom floor can access the top floor because the top floor is only entranceable from the back and the bottom floors are only accessible from the front. So for that reason, I kind of feel like I should maybe make the top floor different colors, but I already feel like that is such a bold color palette. I don't know what else I could do for different colors. Okay, so I think I've decided for now, at least, I'm going to go ahead and put the top floor the exact same kind of block palette here using the cherry. And then maybe later I might go change it up. We'll see what I decide. I'm not sure yet. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this. And so, yeah, I'm going to fill in this entire top floor. Once again, I'll be back once I get this whole thing done and I can start working on some smaller details. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this build is so far out of my comfort zone. I don't know how I feel about this at all, but I think for the sake of just consistency, I'm just gonna leave it. It's gonna be one of the houses in this build. Maybe in the future, if you guys don't like it, let me know down below in the comments. If you like it and want me to keep it, let me know. I'm gonna leave it for now though. Okay, so you guys know how these houses work. So obviously this side, these walls, I'm not gonna do anything to because I mean, they're already done. There's nothing, there is nothing for me to do with them. One thing I can do though, I'm going to go ahead and chop out all this floor and place it in with the proper flooring that I want it to have. And the flooring that I'm going to be going for is, okay, I probably need some more, but we're going to go and grab some of these birch logs and turn some of these into birch planks and then just randomly throw in these birch planks all over the floor. And then I'm also going to mix in some of the stripped birch as well. And just let's throw all these on the floor just to add in a little bit of texturing detail. And then let's throw one torch, another torch, and maybe a torch on the back wall just to keep it light in here. And then obviously I got to strip all, like, look at how much similar those look compared to those. I don't know what it is. Yeah, let's strip all of these birch wood down just like that. And okay, that is going to be the bottom interior level for now. Okay, so I think the next thing I want to work on is going to be the path here. And this is going to be a little bit challenging because I need the path to get up to this level. So I'm going to build out the coarse dirt, something like that. And then honestly, okay, so I'm going to do the slabs like that. I think this is what I'm going to do. And okay, so there we go. Let's do that. And then let's do a little bit of fill-in work, something like this. And okay, maybe, okay, we definitely need this one to be out one more right there. But I feel like this could maybe potentially work because I kind of messed up a little bit here because this house's entrance is higher than this house's. Because I believe, yeah, this house's entrance is the same as that house. So it's not that bad. It's just a little dip in the road where you go down and then right back up. So it's really not the end of the world, but I did need to do that little workaround there. Okay, so with that little section of path work done, I'm going to do the same entrance here. So we're going to dig that out. And then I need to find glass panes as well as my spruce doors from right in here. And then, yeah, I'm going to knock out that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw in spruce door if I can somehow. Okay, you know what? Let's just do that. And spruce door, boom, there we go. And then I want the same window that is in the front of this house. So just like that, that looks good. And yeah, I'm probably going to do another composter pot. So please tell me I brought the composter down. I don't think I did. Of course I didn't. We got to go back to the starter house. I'll be right back once I get some more building materials and decoration materials. Dude, I just slept through a rainstorm in Minecraft and I got this little rainbow here. Oh my god, it looks so perfect over like my backdrop on my area of the map here. And oh no, it's fading away, but that just looks so perfect to me. But yeah, I got the things I need. I'm gonna head back over and we're just gonna get back to work on building up house number 3 on the Riverside Village. Okay, so I'm gonna be very simple here. It's gonna be the exact same thing. To make this not feel so jolting, I added in this bush to kind of give it a round out edge. And I'm thinking I'm literally just gonna do the exact same thing right there. I think that just helps a lot. And yeah, I would say, honestly, it just makes, I don't know what it is. It just makes a world of a difference, just adding that little thing in. But then yeah, this entire side, like I previously stated, is going to stay nothing because there's obviously going to be houses or a house on this side of this house. So putting windows or anything in this makes absolutely no sense. It just won't look good, I guess. In the meantime, though, I'm going to fill in this floor. I think we're just going to use spruce because that's what I have on me, and it looks different than the floor and the roof. So we're going to quickly throw in the slabs and get a flooring going down in here, which is absolutely perfect. I'm gonna bust out a giant 3x2 window right here, and of course I'm missing one glass pane, so I'm gonna have to go run and grab that real quick. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna craft one. Okay, I hate when I have no inventory space. It's so annoying. I'm gonna have to come back and store some of that in the shulker box. But that gives me one glass pane we can throw in there. I think that's gonna be all the window work we do on this build. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that should be all the windows. Okay, so I need to take a little break from that house. Knight said it looks like a birthday cake, and I think he's kind of right. I'm waiting for him to come up with a roof design for me. And so in the meantime, I want to go check on the iron farm, see if we've got any new iron, or see if anybody's been online in the last 10 days while I've been offline. Oh, that I completely forgot. I was digging out that cave up here, and I have that beacon down there as well. I completely forgot about that. I still got to get that project done at some point as well too, but I'm really putting that one off. There's also a decent chance that the iron farm isn't working anymore. I've had problems with this iron farm in the past where it just completely will stop working. And so it doesn't look like anybody has been online, because this chest was almost full the last time I was online, and it still isn't full. And this hopper is, or no, it is full, and this hopper is barely full. But looks like nobody's really been online, or the iron farm isn't working, because I don't see any iron golems. I don't know why. For some reason, it keeps bugging out, and this thing just doesn't work 90% of the time. It looks nice for an iron farm. I love the look of it, but it just like doesn't work. Oh, okay, never mind. It's working. Hello, Mr. Iron Golem. It'll be a good call as to what you're going for. I promise. I appreciate you dying for me. But another reason that I wanted to come up here was so I can get a look. This is everything that I have built in the world so far. And dude, I think once I get this full area finished out, like obviously I'm gonna put another house there, maybe 2 more houses there once I finish that house, and then filling in the other side of that pathway behind the houses and building some buildings there. Oh my gosh, I just love how this area looks. It is coming along so well. But yeah, we started out right there in that little starter house, and we've expanded to this massive village that is going to keep on growing. Okay, so Knight was complaining that I build all of my house roofs the same. I have either that design, which is a very basic design, or this steep incline design, and he was saying I should do something different. And since I have no creative abilities, I'm having Knight right now trying to plan out a shape for what he's going to do with this roof. And right now it looks really stupid. I hope he's able to cook a little more than that, because that looks very very unique. But yeah, I'll be back once we figure out a shape and I can actually fill it in. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, this house has been the biggest nightmare build on the server so far, I would say. Knight put this roof on and it looks it looks really stupid, so we're gonna go break the whole thing again. And I honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest, the more I look at this like color palette, I just am liking it less and less every time I look at it. So yeah, I am super curious what your guys' thoughts are on the color palette. Let me know down below in the comments. I am gonna leave it for now, like I said. Maybe it could change in the future, but for now it is just gonna have to stay there. I'm gonna leave it, we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chop out all of this roof, and then I'm gonna have to start working on figuring something else out for the whole thing. Okay, so Knight has tested out, I would say, like 4 different roof designs, and all of them have looked awful. So I'm just gonna stick with the old like classic design. But in order to make it look a little bit different, what I'm actually gonna do is do 2 different levels to it. I think it'll look pretty decent then. So I'm gonna outline, you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna outline it so it all makes sense too. Just give me a second here. I believe I gotta hang this one like that. There we go. And then we're gonna just go up. Okay, I don't know if I was alternating before. I really hope I was, but I do not think I was. And then I'm also gonna want, okay, so I'm gonna have to use birch logs. So we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3. So then right here we are gonna go up again. Or actually, you know what? I think we'll do 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then right here, I think I'm gonna make one go up like this. So same thing right there, and same thing right there, and then I'm gonna cross beam all of these again. And then the plan is I'm gonna run 2 separate roofs, 2 separate directions. So I'm gonna have the main roof down there for the riverfront, and then this roof is gonna go, oh wait, no, it's gotta go this direction. So it's a little different. So we're going boom, boom, and yeah, this roof is gonna run this direction. So yeah, that is kind of the basic idea. I'm gonna get it outlined so you guys can see a little better, and I'll be back once I get it completely outlined. Okay, so I guess just before I do anything, I'm gonna go ahead and strip all of these. I've also got Night down there helping me by filling it in with the cherry, just so we're following kind of, basically the goal is the same design. So I'm gonna strip all of these guys, and Night is gonna do windows. Yeah, Night is working on that. I'm gonna strip this final one here, and then I can go, okay, I'm gonna need to go get some more stairs just so I kind of get the full range that I need. So I think I should have some deep slate in one of these. Yes, okay, I have plenty of deep slate. Let's go ahead, let's grab all of that, and then we're gonna craft ourselves a bunch of stairs and a bunch of these stairs too, and we might as well make a decent bit of slabs as well. Perfect. Okay, and then I can start working on this. So I'm going to do the outline for the upper one. I will be back as soon as I get that done so I can show you guys what I am kind of thinking here. Okay, so I've kind of got the layout I want. So I've got this roof going this way, and this area is just going to be a little bit taller than the rest of the house. And then from the front here, it is just the same roof, just going this direction instead of that direction. So now I've got an outline of deep slate. I just got to go ahead and fill all of it in using some birch. So I'm going to go ahead and go get birch, see how this looks. I want it to be birch because it's kind of fits in with that, I feel like. So that is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not sure how I feel about this house so far. It is very different and out of the ordinary for anything else I build, and I just don't know how I feel about it, but I'm going to stick with it. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. It is very different. I wanted to build out of birch, and that is what I'm doing, I guess, but it is definitely not anything I'm used to doing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling in this roof right here, and then I guess I'm just going to have to like start doing detail work to kind of finish everything off, make everything actually look good. And then we're going to finish in or fill in this roof as well with these birch. And okay, I want to go see and get a look for what this kind of is going to look like then. I don't, oh dude, it's like so like washed out. Like I just don't know. I definitely prefer the darker colors, but Gingy complains all the time that I build a, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wait, no. Dude, this actually kind of looks awful. I'm not gonna lie. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ignore this for now, and I'm gonna go over here and see what, okay, from here it looks decent, especially I think once I get another house against that one, I think that'll look fine. And okay, you know what, I don't hate how this looks. Okay, so here's kind of what we got, and dude, I absolutely hate birchwood. If you're able to make these blocks look good, props to you, because right now this looks, I'm not gonna lie, kind of looks awful, but I'm gonna leave it. I know Gingy is gonna complain, but you know what, it's fine. Who cares about Gingy? Not me. Okay, so now I'm thinking it's basically just gonna be time for me to fill in, add a little bit of detail work, and then I think this house is gonna be done. So that is what I'm gonna start doing. I think first things first, I want to do a little overhead porch. So I'm gonna start out by building one of those out. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get this little canopy like I've got on this first house I built here. I want to put basically the exact same thing on this house. So we got to go out 1, 2, 3, or I guess it's gonna be 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, this is going to be so awkward. So right there. And then another one is going to go right here. So I'm going to chop that one out. I'm going to throw that guy there. And then I guess we're just going to go ahead and throw post and post. And then also right over here, post, post, post. And then I want it to be the same as the roof. So I'm going to start by outlining here with these deep slate. And then in the inside, I'm going to go ahead and put the birch. So kind of completely random palette here, but we're doing this sort of thing. And then we're going to go up. I believe it just goes up as you normally would, just like that. Okay, so I did this wrong. So it's got to be, I need the top of it to hit this. So it's going to go like that. And then we're going to go down, down, and then we're going to go down one more. But first of all, we just got to go boom, boom. And then this has got to go. And then I'm going to have to mine all this out. I think we're going to have to bring these cherry fences up another block there. And also one more block right there. And then we're going to go ahead and bring, okay, I need the deep slate tile, but we're going to bring that out. Boom, just like that. I think something like that. And then I got to copy kind of the same idea onto, okay, there we go, like that. And I'm going to cross over here with using these deep slate. Boom. Okay, I think, how did I do this? Okay, so it is just connected into the building. Okay. So I'm gonna have to craft a decent bit of birch slabs, and I'm gonna fill in all of these. But I think, do I want to keep it down like that? I want to check how I did this over here. So yeah, okay, it is up one level. And then I'm gonna use a lantern hanging from there and a lantern hanging from there for a little bit more detail. I want to take all of these blocks out of here so I can actually see what this is gonna look like. And for now, I'm gonna just place them in front of where the next house is gonna go. Dude, my inventory is such a mess. I'm gonna throw another shulker box down as well. Clear my inventory a little bit of all of the garbage. And I want to see what this looks like from across the river. See if this makes a little bit better. Okay, I feel like that is a little bit better. It still definitely needs some work, but oh, I like what he did with those windows up there too. Okay, so I think this is coming along nice. So when you're walking along here, you got house number 1, you have the access up there, and then you got the bottom level access right here. But what I really like about this is you can just walk along and it's like you're right along the riverfront, but you also have all these houses here, and all the houses are unique as well. But I am gonna go ahead and throw on you know what, I don't like how that looks with that door there. I feel like this one, maybe I'm just gonna put shutters on the bottom side and then maybe the top side, or maybe, yeah, I think I'll leave that for now and we'll kind of just decide as we go. And then we're gonna throw another composter here. This is just a very simple thing I do basically in every build, because the next house is probably gonna jolt out one more block, so the next house is gonna be right here. And to make this look a little bit better and a little bit more depth, we throw sign on like that. And then, okay, I feel like this bottom area is decent enough. Not gonna decorate the interior yet, like I said. And then yeah, even from here, that looks decent, and you can very clearly tell this house is closer than that house is. And Knight is up there working on doing windows for me, so I appreciate that as well. Okay, so next up, we got the bottom level done. I gotta do a little bit of stuff up here on this top level. Did I do anything over there? Okay, I'm thinking just some lanterns maybe, and then maybe some window shutters as well. So let's take, oh my god, dude, I never understand how scaffolding works. And then I think I'm just gonna do the same window shutters that I did on the other level, like that. And then for a little bit of lighting, we're gonna throw on that and throw on that guy right there. And I do gotta fill that hole in, so I need to figure something out to do there. Okay, so I'm gonna need to get up a little more, so let's throw some scaffolding right there. Oh, maybe we break that one. And oh, dude, this is such a nightmare. Okay, there we go. So, oh my god, this is so annoying. I gotta get up here and jump and crouch. Okay, I did it once. I can do it again, I believe. So if I jump, there we go. Okay, then we'll throw that there, strip both of those down. And I'm gonna throw a cherry plank back there, a cherry plank back there. I think I'm gonna do a window right there. So I need some glass panes here. Okay, and now I should be able to put in window there and a window there. Maybe I want to go ahead and throw an azalea bush right there. Or actually, I think I'm not going to do that azalea bush. Can I soak touch that? Will that give it to me? Okay, it does. Perfect. But I feel like this looks probably relatively decent enough. I'm going to go take a look from across the river. And yeah, it just comes along so much when you just add those tiny little details like that spruce wood and the window. And yeah, I kind of like how that looks. I think this side of the house is going to be good. Okay, now for this side, I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. So first, I'm going to go ahead and throw these guys like that. And I feel like that just helps out a lot with just adding depth to the build. And I think I'm going to go ahead and scaffold up. We'll do the same thing up here to this one and the bottom side as well. And I just realized we don't even have windows in this. So let's go throw the glass panes in there. I'm going to add on a lantern right there and a lantern right there, and probably just all the way around like there as well. And a final lantern right there. And then while I'm up here, I have the birch. I'm going to go ahead and do the same type of roof design I did on the other one. So we're going to throw glass pane, and then cherry plank right there, and a cherry plank right there. And boom. Okay, yeah, no, this definitely needs a window right here. So let's chop that out. Of course, we need more glass panes. That sucks, but you know what? It's okay. And we're also going to need more spruce trapdoors. So I got to run over to my wood house and grab some spruce wood. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of it. Yeah, we have a lot of spruce wood. I'm going to turn all of this into... Okay, my crafting table is up here. Let's craft all of this into some spruce trapdoors. And we have 40. That should be more than enough for now. Yeah, I've got to say, so far, this house is definitely my least favorite. Of all three of these houses right here, that one is my least favorite. But then I'm also just going to go ahead and craft a couple more glass panes. Okay, so I can finish filling in that window, and then I'm going to add the trim like that. And you know what? I'm going to throw that there. And then what if I throw some signs around it? Kind of... Okay, we need one more spruce sign. Of course, I didn't grab spruce wood. It means I got to go back over to the house, grab some more spruce wood, and we'll get some signs craft it up then. Okay, then I gotta go craft some signs like I said. Perfect. I think I'm gonna add a couple of these around because with the flowering azalea and then you put signs around it, it kind of makes it look like a little flower pot, which I do like. So if I add one more sign right there, I think that will do. And then yeah, this side of the house doesn't really get seen, so I think that's gonna work for there for now. Now I just gotta go over to this side and figure this side out. And first things first, we're gonna throw on the same, oh wait, yeah, I'm going to throw on the same design here because the thing is, I don't think the house that's going to be next to this house is going to be as tall. So I think I want this window to stay. And then later, if I make that other house this tall, I guess I'm going to have to remove the window, but that's okay. And let's throw in the glass panes. And then I'm going to copy the exact same layout up here. So we're going cherry plank right there and a cherry plank right there. And then I need to strip a log. I can throw in the window up there, and then we're going to go flowering azalea, and I got to get the spruce signs to go all the way around it, and I need to build out this direction first. But boom, there we go. Okay, so I think that should be good. It is dark outside, so I got to go sleep. But I think that's going to be good for this top side as well, and I think for the most part, this house is pretty much done. Only thing is I might do some work on the front side up here because right now this looks very plain and very, very bland. So I think I got to do a little work here. Okay, so I want to do a little overhang, the exact same as the back. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to go on this one. And then, oh no, wait, this actually kind of sucks. How am I going to do this? Because that is weird. So I think I'm just going to start a simple design and see if I can make anything work. So we're going to go boom. And maybe this one will only go out 3. So like right about there. And then cherry fences. Let's go boom, boom. And then this one right here. Maybe. Okay, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this one not take up the whole thing. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I think, okay, wait. No, I don't need this top one, right? Or do it? Okay, I'm just going to leave it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Boom, boom. And boom, I think like that. And yeah, so here's the problem I'm running into. It's going to go down. Like, let me show you guys. And what am I going to do about that? It's right in the middle of the trail. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm not going to lie. So I think what I'm going to do instead, let's fill this in and let's drop it down 1. So it's kind of like that. And then can I just make it go out 2 so that we were connecting like that? And also I'll just bring this one down right there, and I need some sort of dirt, dude. What is happening right now? I've got to find coarse dirt in one of my chests. There we go. And I'm just like work in progressing this. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you guys. So let's break that one out, break that one out. Coarse dirt like that, and then we'll add that slab there. Okay, you know what? That might be doable. And then I'll throw on that, and we'll throw on that. And then can I add in a little lantern right there? And that'll give a little bit of light. Okay, but the only thing is, do I want... I don't like how this is in the middle of the path. That's my one problem. But I feel like it makes this side of the house just look a lot better. Okay, so Knight went around, added some vines because we thought it was a little plain. It definitely needed it. So I appreciate the investment, Knight. But yeah, I think that's what this house is going to be. It's definitely my least favorite building I've built so far. Like, I don't know. I just do not like the color scheme. And we were trying to make the roof different. So also it's just very, very weird. But there is a pillager here. So I'm gonna deal with you. And you know what? I kind of want to put this banner somewhere on this house since I claimed victory while I was building this house. There's a creeper there. Get away from me, bro. Get away. But yeah, where do I want to put this banner? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll hang it up like right there. And then yeah, here's what this side looks like. I don't hate it, but it's definitely my least favorite of every build I've done so far. But yeah, that's gonna be this house. Next up, I'm thinking I did some math, so I think we're only gonna be doing one more house here, so it's gonna be 4 houses along the river. Once again, gonna be the same width. It's gonna be 7 blocks wide for this house. But the only thing is, I'm then gonna do probably another wheat field like this wheat field on this side of the house, because then when you're walking on this path, it'll be super cool. You'll be walking between wheat field 1 and there'll be a wheat field here as well. But Knight. He was up here doing vines and he forgot to close the trapdoors. But you know what? It's okay, because now I can go look and see just kind of like a view from above. And I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I'm going to leave this house for now and see what it looks like once I get the final house added to the side. But first, I got to close the trapdoors that Knight very rudely left open. So let's close those and let's go ahead and break our scaffolding. Okay, I am officially back recording. I took about an hour break from Minecraft so I could go eat. I cooked myself 4 burgers and just 8 burgers because you know what? Burgers slap. Dude, I absolutely love burgers. Meat is so good. I love shoving different meats in my mouth. It's just so good. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a break from building for now. And And you know, one thing I love doing in Minecraft, one thing I find absolutely so satisfying is farming wheat. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to farm the entire wheat field here because I just absolutely love doing this. And yeah, I mean, I could use more hay, right? How much hay do I got? I think I've got this full of wheat. I do. And then this one also has some hay in it as well. But yeah, there's just something so satisfying. Also, in case you guys couldn't tell, I mean, I added a texture pack that makes all the wheat blocks a little bit taller. I think I might have mentioned this in this video already. I've been filming this video over like 3 weeks at this point, so that's why I might be all over the place with commentary. But yeah, so far I am really enjoying this new texture pack I've gotten a couple different ones as well. One for my windows, one I'm using for my sugarcane, just a couple of custom texture packs. So yeah, I can show you guys. So we have 3D sugarcane, we got the fancy leaves, and then we got the fancy crops as well. And I was using a clear glass one, but I did stop using the clear glass one for some reason. I don't remember why, but I feel like there's a reason why, so I'm not going to re-enable it. Yeah, I'm going to finish farming up this, and I'm going to replant this whole thing. I will be right back in a minute. Okay, so I farmed the entire wheat field, replanted it all. We got 47 hay bales made from that, so we're just going to go ahead and throw those guys in there. And now I also have my giant carrot farm and my potato farm. I think I have enough carrots. Let me check here. We got, yeah, that's a good amount of carrots, and we got this one full as well. So I think I'm going to leave the carrots, but I haven't farmed potatoes in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly farm my little potato patch here. Nothing too big, but with Fortune 3, it makes a good bit of profit. So let's go ahead, let's farm all that. Let's get this all replanted. Okay, and there we go, and we can put the potatoes in there. We're getting a decent potato stash as well. Now, I do need to build the next house. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I probably really should build the next river house, but I need a second to think about what I want to do for the next house. Now, I could take my Elytra, and it would probably be a lot more efficient. I'm not going to lie, but I just enjoy bringing horses. We got all these horses here. We've got Midnight, we got Poppy, we got Major, we got Freya, and we got 3 more horses on the front here. I want to just go ahead and take a horse. So Daisy, are you a decent horse? You go at 13.5. Good enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take Daisy and we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure. See what we can find out in the wilderness. And yeah, I want to go around this way because I haven't really explored past Gengi's house this direction very much. So I think my goal right now is to kind of head out there. Oh, I should have taken the road up there. The road up there is way more established and way more put together, but I am going to go ahead and go explore, see if I can find anything cool. And if I do, I will bring you guys back to show you guys what I found. Okay, I found this place that looks really cool. I don't know why. Oh, there's boats down here. What the heck? I don't know why, but like these giant like rivers in like cliffs like this is so cool to me. Like, I feel like this would be an absolutely perfect area for me to be able to build at some point. So I'm going to save the coordinates to here, and maybe in a future episode we'll come back here and we'll do some cool builds. Like, I could just imagine like a giant archway bridge going from like that peak up to that peak. I think that would be absolutely awesome. But I don't want to lose Daisy. So Daisy, I need you to stay here. Yeah, I'm going to head around some more, see if I can find anything else cool. I just want to kind of explore a little bit, see what's in the world, because I really have not explored very much in this world. I know other people have. Pretty sure everyone else has like ran around a lot of different places, but I just haven't. So right now my goal is for me to be able to do that. Okay, I am finding some of the most insane places to build. Like, look at that mountain, and then you got the forest right at the base of it. Also, a little bit of a funny story. I was out wandering around and I got off my horse Daisy here, right? I was off her, I'm not even kidding, for like a minute. I closed my Minecraft, like I tabbed out of the game. I came back and she was gone. I was looking for like 5 minutes before I found her, but luckily I was able to find Daisy. I kind of want to go over there and see what's going on, because I'm not gonna lie, that looks absolutely awesome. Like, there's so many cool areas in this Minecraft world that I can go and do some builds, but unfortunately I don't know if Daisy is gonna, you know, end up crossing that river without drowning. I don't know how that works. Okay, maybe I can, come on, Daisy, come on. Oh, nope, she's totally gonna drown. Okay, we're good. I made it across the river. Now, okay, getting through the forest on a horse is actually awful. Horses are great for moving, but the second you get to like a forest biome, it is like not good at all. I gotta figure this out somehow though. Okay, so here's the mountain. I just want to figure out a way to scale it, see what's up here. I'm guessing it's just kind of flat plains type terrain, but I want to see if there's anything cool up here. So if only Daisy could jump more than 1 block. But yeah, it looks like on top of the mountain is pretty plain. I do want to go look over here. Oh, dude, that looks awesome. Oh my gosh. Wait, look at this. It's kind of bad because my shaders is making everything foggy, but there's that giant mountain over there. We got a giant river lake down there. Dude, I wish I would be living here. This is awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go explore around some more. I'll be back if I find anything else cool. Okay, so unfortunately, I never really found anything else, so I ended up coming back. So I'm just gonna open that up. We're gonna put Daisy back in her stable here. And thank you for giving me a ride, Daisy. I appreciate it. But now I think it is time that I get back to work. Like I was saying, my main goal for today's episode is to finish this like riverfront village here. So I got to get that final house built. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's not really going to build itself. So I got to come up with a design and figure out what I want to do for it. Okay, so I think I want to stick with using like unique block palettes to build with. So that means I'm going to go ahead and go get some dark oak. And I know I've used a lot of dark oak. We have dark oak there. We got dark oak there. We got dark oak there. But this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to use some stripped dark oak for this build. Obviously, though, that means I gotta go ahead to the tree farm. So I'm gonna quickly run around the mountain, go over to the tree farm, and start farming up some dark oak wood. Okay, so I am gonna need a decent bit of dark oak. Luckily, I've got my auto tree chopping mod, so hopefully I should be able... Oh, and I have reached the breaking limit. I need to see if I can fix that bug. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, I will be right back, see if I can fix that bug, and see if I can get dark oak wood. Okay, so I went ahead, I tried fixing it. Let's see if the mod is going to work for me this time, please. Okay, it looks like it will work. So I'm going to go ahead and start chopping down all of these trees and collect a bunch of dark oak logs. I'm going to farm the whole forest and then I'll replant it. So I'll be back once I farm it all and I'll show you guys me replanting some of the saplings. Okay, I farmed up a good bit of dark oak logs. I don't think I'll be needing dark oak for a while. So I'm going to start replanting all the trees. I like to do a 5-block gap just because you get better sapling drop rates. So we do 5-block gap and then 4 and then 5 and 4. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and replant all these. I'll be back once I finish that. I don't want to make you guys watch me just replant a bunch of trees for a while here. Okay, I got all my trees planted. I'm gonna head back, start working on the framing. You guys know it's basically the exact same drill, exact same method for building all of these houses. Luckily, this should be my last house I do in this style, and then we'll be working on doing some different, more cool builds. But I really like how these houses are coming together and just building a little bit of a village. So we've got 4 houses, I believe, in total going in. And with 4 houses going in, I believe that would mean that we would have 8 different duplexes or 8 different actual homes because each house is acting like 2 homes. So yeah, we've got 8 houses going in along the river. And then obviously on the other side of the road, probably going to put in more houses in the future. But yeah, we'll see as we go. But look at, dude, Sophia's house looks awesome over there. And then right there, we got DC's house. And over here, we got my little bee farm. Okay, you guys know the drill at this point. We've already done 3 houses. I think first of all, this house is also going to stick out a block. So as you can see, each of these houses goes out 1 block closer than the previous house. So it's kind of like we're winding along the river here. And this house is going to be the exact same. So starting right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do I want to stick 5? I think I want to stick 5 for this build. I feel like 5 is decent. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then there, I believe, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So then if we go 2, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna bring this across like we did before. And then obviously we're gonna go up 1. So boom, boom. Okay, wow, that is easy enough. We just gotta go like that, and then we're gonna have to do the same thing right here. Once again, we're bringing in the crossbeam. Literally, these houses are basically all the exact same layout. So then we're gonna go in, and we're gonna go up right about here. We're gonna bring this one across. This will be the downstairs level. And okay, so that is all completely done and in. So now I want to go ahead and cut all of this out. Oh, we got the little lava pit under here. I forgot about that. But yeah, I want to go ahead and cut all this out so that way it is all the same ground level here. And this is actually going to take me a decent bit of time because we do have some stone down here, which is unfortunate. And of course, it's going to get dark right when I'm trying to film. I don't know why, but for some reason, when I film with OBS, it gets so dark. Like anytime it's dark in Minecraft and I watch the video film on OBS, for some reason, it's so dark, I literally can't see a thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's chop out all of this stone as well. And I guess I'm just going to go ahead and fill this floor in with grass blocks for now. I think that'll be the best bet here. Okay, so there we go. We got all that. And let's go ahead and let's finish in there and right there, and also on these back two as well. We're gonna have to build boom boom, and we're gonna have to build that one up as well. And then I do not want dark oak, so we're gonna go ahead and strip, well, it is still dark oak, but we're gonna go ahead and strip all of these. And I'm only holding this torch in my hand because it's going to help so you guys are able to see in the video once it's recorded. I'm going to go see if I can sleep, though. I don't think I'll be able to because I don't think it's a thunderstorm. I should really put a bed in all of these houses, but unfortunately, right now, I only have a bed in the first one. Yeah, I can only sleep at night, unfortunately. But yeah, I've also got to make sure I strip all of these corner blocks here just like that, and then this one, and then this one. And okay, we got the bottom 4 framed out. Okay, I need to grab out my scaffolding. I think I left somewhere in one of these shulkers. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to go up another, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so another 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to build all these pillars up. I'll be back as soon as I complete that. And you know what? I actually want to offset these roofs a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this one up 2 more blocks just like that. I am going to have to do this in all the areas though. So we're going to go cross beam there and then, okay. Oh, I barely missed it, bro. That's so annoying. I got to scaffold back up. Hey, yeah, I'm going to make this one. This building is going to be extremely tall. I think I'm going to go 6 blocks on each because, okay, so this is going to be 7, but I don't want 7. So yeah, we're going to go 6 blocks on each of these. And then that means, okay, so I got 5 here. So yeah, this is all going to have to come out and this is going to get raised up by 1 block, so it's an even 6 and 6. Okay, so apparently my recording was paused, so I don't know what I have recorded and haven't recorded, but I just made a little bit of an accident. I had my auto tree chop still enabled, so I've got to rebuild the entire second floor of this build because I accidentally broke it all. So I'll be back once I get that all done. Okay, so I have went ahead and outlined this. It is 6 blocks per floor, so 6 blocks tall, 6 blocks tall. Not gonna lie, it does look a little bit tall, but I also want it to be different than the rest of the building, so I think I am gonna stick with that height. Now that I've got the entire thing outlined, I think it's time that I start filling in the inside blocks. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna dump all my stuff into here, and then I'm gonna go get some blocks that I'm gonna use for the inside. And what I'm actually gonna be using is gonna be a little bit interesting. I'm gonna try using granite. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think granite is one of the ugliest blocks in Minecraft, and I don't really like the block, but I am trying to go to my comfort zone, which is why I'm going to be trying to use granite. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab quite a few stacks of granite. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to grab a decent bit, and that should be good. And then I think what I want to do is turn half of this into polished granite right away. And yeah, I'm going to work on filling this in. I think I'm going to go back to the original design. So I think it was something kind of like this with a door right there. And then I think we're also going to have a window in right here. And yeah, we're just going to kind of randomize between granite and also polished granite. Maybe I could do some stone brick or some regular brick. Yeah, I might try some regular brick. I'm going to go see if I have any regular brick that I can craft right now. Okay, so I do have a little bit of brick here. So I'm going to try adding in just a little bit of detailing with these bricks. Only a few. Keeping it primarily just granite, but I think it'll add a little bit more to the build if I do a little something like that. And I don't have very much of it, which is why I'm primarily going to be building out of these other blocks here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill all these in with the granite blocks and then just add in a couple of bricks in as well, just to make it a little bit different. I'll be back once I get the entire bottom floor filled in with the granite and the polished granite as well. Okay, so I went ahead, I got these granite and polished granite kind of outsides. Now I am going to go ahead and just break a couple holes in a couple different places here, and I'm gonna throw in some brick with a little bit of brick that I have as well, just to kind of add a little bit more detailing. And I do need to remember, hopefully, to save some for the top floor as well, so I do gotta be careful here. And actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get some clay, I'm gonna melt some and make some more brick because I don't think I'm gonna have enough. But yeah, I do believe I have some clay, so I'm gonna take 3 stacks of clay balls. I can go throw these in my furnaces. Unfortunately, I've only got 3 furnaces, but this should be good. I'm gonna let those cook while I go work on the house some more because those are going to take a while. I really need to get an automatic furnace going. I know Cow has one set up, but I'm too lazy to run all the way over to his house to smelt stuff, so those 3 furnaces are going to have to do for now. In the meantime, though, I am going to knock out a couple more blocks in this wall and just go ahead and fill these guys in with some more bricks. And I only got about 10 more, but that should be enough to finish out this bottom level. I think that'll be good. And then, you know what, maybe we'll go throw one right there and we'll throw one right there. And there we go. We got bottom level complete. And now I'm going to scaffold up to the top level, and I'm going to do the same thing where I do these same blocks for this level as well. I'm gonna have to knock out this roof section right there though. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of just randomly swap between, oh, we do not need the scaffolding, but we're gonna swap through these 2 blocks and fill all of the stuff in that I can. Okay, so I went ahead, I got the outside done. For the majority of this outside, I just got to do the brick in the top level. I'm gonna go see if the brick is done cooking. And then if the brick is done cooking, I'm gonna be able to add in the bricks to the upper level. Unfortunately, I do only have 3 bricks right now, so that is not gonna cut it. Okay, so we got a decent bit of bricks here. Hopefully this is gonna be enough. I'm gonna just turn all of these into bricks, just like, oh, only 23? That's insane. That is actually insane. Bricks are so expensive, dude. I think 23 3 is going to be enough for what I need, only because I'm not using very many bricks in this build. And yeah, so because of that, I think that this should do. Let's go ahead and let's build ourselves up a little bit here. And actually, I think it's going to be easier if I go ahead and do the floors first. So yeah, let's go and get started with some dark oak for the bottom floor. I just randomly choose, like, I don't actually choose stuff that matches here. When I'm picking out a floor for my houses, I literally just pick a block that I have on me that's easy to use. And I make sure it's different than the roof and different than the walls. That way there is variation in my build. And I'm not going to lie, having this this lava pit under here is a little bit annoying, but let's just go ahead and let's throw in some of these guys. And I was going to throw some stripped dark oak in, but I think it's going to look weird with these support beams. So I'm actually not going to do that. But there we go. Last 3 right there. Let's go ahead and let's get the torches in to make sure no monsters are spawning. And dude, this building is going to have such tall roofs. So what else do we want to use? Maybe we'll use, I kind of want to use some oak. So I think actually that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab some oak out of my wood storage up here. I'm hoping I should have some oak planks in this top floor, I believe. So right in here, and then oak. Do I not have any oak? It doesn't look like I have. I mean, I guess I have these. I can go ahead and turn those in, but it doesn't look like I really have any oak. I might have some oak in my other storage though, so I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna just run on this wall and go check if I have any oak slabs in here. Okay, so only 8 oak slabs. That is not gonna cut it. I'm gonna need to go back to the other house and grab some more oak wood, I guess. I enjoy having separate buildings to store my stuff, but it also gets really annoying when you're running around through multiple areas in order to find one thing. I'm not gonna lie, at that moment, I'm kind of like, oh, why don't I not just have a giant storage room to store everything in? It's a little annoying. But 62, I think that should be more than enough. Let's go ahead and let's throw in the top floor now. Okay, so I want this. Okay, this is actually gonna be a pain. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna go to the top level to do this. I think it'll be a lot easier. So, okay, scaffolding is actually life-saving. Let's go ahead and let's chop in a door right here on this side. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start placing in the oak slabs for the floor of the 2nd level. Very simple, but it works for me. And then let's go and let's get torch, and a torch. There we go. And I'm gonna have to do some terraforming here to make all this work, obviously, but we'll get to that later. Okay, with the floor out of the way, I can go ahead and chop out a couple of bricks and go ahead and replace all of those and all of these walls. I'm just gonna do that real fast now as well. And there we go. That should be decent enough. That works for me for now. So we got all the texturing done on this floor. And we have a lot of stuff done on this house already. There is a lot that needs to be done yet. I'm thinking just like on that end house, there is going to be a staircase that goes up right here. And yeah, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and craft myself up a decent bit of stairs. And then I'm going to go and build that staircase right here. It's got to go all the way up to the 2nd floor. And this one I am going to make a lot smaller because I do want a wheat farm to go in here later, but I believe something like that. We pop a hole in right there, and then there we go. We can put a door right there, and then I think I'm gonna go and pop in a bunch of trap doors on all of these for a little railing kind of deal right here. And honestly, probably should go up another one as well. Let's do boom, boom, and we're gonna go up and down. There we go. And yeah, I am just gonna have to go and do another level just like that all the way up. I will be right back once I get this done. Okay, so there's what we're working with. I think I could probably, no, I definitely want that to stay. So that's gonna stay just like that. Dude, that looks so bad. How can I make this look good? I don't know how to make this actually look good here. So what if I chop out all of this? The thing is, this staircase has to go up so high. I'm gonna chop all this out real quick. I gotta figure out a way to make this all actually go together and look good together. So I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Okay, so this is what I got so far. And I think it looks absolutely horrendous. I'm gonna break this again. I think I'm gonna give up on this trapdoor idea, but I don't know what I'm gonna do as an alternative. I might leave those top 2 because those top 2 I don't think look bad. And then maybe I can do something like this all the way up with these dark oak logs. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking something like that maybe. And then do I have any fences anywhere in here? I have spruce fences. Try throwing these guys on, see how that looks maybe. And then I'm gonna chuck a lantern on top of there. That could be decent. Okay, I want to get a look for how this looks now. And I'm also just gonna need to grab some coarse dirt, and let's go ahead and let's make this path kind of go all the way around just like that. And yeah, this path is just going to go all the way against the house. I feel like that is going to be best. Let's keep it like that. And glass panes there. What kind of door do I want to use? So we've got a spruce there. We've got that kind and dark oak. Maybe regular oak door for this. I don't know what'll actually look good. I literally just randomly grab doors and just do whatever I feel like. So yeah, let's throw one door right there. And then we've got two more doors, two for the upper level. So one right there and one right there. Now I know this is going to happen because this is on literally all of the houses. So let's go and chop out our giant 3x3 window right here. Boom. That's going to be like there like that. And then also we could probably do a window right here. Maybe like this giant 3x2 window there. And then, okay, there is room for a window here as well. Do I? Okay. Yeah, no, definitely not right there. So let's just go and let's throw that back there and that back there. But I can go ahead and throw these glass panes there. And then this side is, I believe, a house. Yeah, that is a house. So that side, we're going to leave no windows just for now. And then I think just to match everything else, I'm going to go ahead and strip all of this because the rest of the house is stripped. So why would that not be stripped as well? And then, okay, I'm going to put an azalea tree there. I'm going to put spruce fences around it. It's going to take a little bit of space on the road, but I think it needs it because this side of the house is looking so bland. And I need to figure out ways to make it look less bland. I think the next step, though, is going to be putting a roof on this house because I feel like it just looks so unfinished without a roof. So I'm going to have to come up with a roof design real quick. Okay, so far for roofs here, we got the dark oak outline with the deep slate on the inside. We got the deep slate outline with the warped wood, and then we got deep slate with birch. I'm thinking for this house, I'm going to go with a spruce outline with a tough inside. I don't know if it's going to look good with the walls or anything. I don't really care. I just kind of, you know, do my own thing. And I'm going to do the same A-frame look that I've done with these two houses because it's at a different level, so it should look different enough that it'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start this out. Obviously, we outline with spruce first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll fill in with textured tough. Yeah, I will be right back as soon as I get this whole thing outlined with spruce. That way you guys understand what the sort of idea is. Okay, so I've got the very basic outline here completely done in spruce, like I said. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in with a mix of these tough blocks, just kind of randomizing how I'm doing it, just to add a little bit of texture and detailing. And I will be back once I get all of this filled in. Actually, I'm going to fill this whole side in, and then I'll just do the other side off camera. But yeah, I'm just randomizing the blocks, and then we'll go to this side. We'll do the exact same thing. The only problem with building these houses against each other, I am not good at like actually connecting this house to that house. Like I can do the actual house part, but once I actually get to like building the roofs, like what the hell do I do here? Like there's certain stuff that I just break and hope doesn't get noticed because it's not very seeable unless you're on top of the roof. But like if you're flying around with the elytra or, you know, getting pictures for thumbnails, it might look really bad. But yeah, I'll be back. Just gonna quickly fill in the rest of this roof. Okay, I've got this entire house filled in. I actually really like the spruce trim with the tough. I think it looks very, very nice together. So yeah, we got this roof. So we got 4 buildings. You guys know we got this one. We got this one that's a little bit different. And we got that one. They're all a little bit different from each other. I've got to say this birthday cake looking one is the one that looks the most unique, but we got roof complete. So now that we got the roof complete, I do want to go take a quick look from across the river and see how this all looks and winds up together. Because it does always interest me just to come over here and to take a look at all the builds together. So you know what? I actually really like how this is all coming together. We got all 4 houses. I wish I could get one more there, but I can't. Unfortunately, it is 7 blocks wide at the front here, but on the back it is not. So we're going to put a wheat field right there. But I'm not minding this. I think this one looks decent, and I am actually okay with the height. I think the height makes it a little bit different. So that way they all look decently nice together. Next up though, I do want to go up there and fill in that little hole because I really just do not like how that guy looks. Okay, so we're going to go with the same design. I basically am doing like the same thing on all these houses. I've said it before. I'm gonna just make sure you guys understand. But yeah, we go log, we strip, and then come on. Okay, of course, dude, doing these front parts is so annoying. But yeah, we're gonna throw window, and then we're gonna strip a log right there. Perfect. And we're gonna go flowering azalea right below that window. And I'm gonna completely surround it in some spruce signs. Okay, can I build myself like that direction? Thank you. Bro, I've said it like 6 times this video, but scaffolding is genuinely just a godsend. And I would like to put that lantern there and another lantern right there. And you know what? I'm gonna do some more azalea bushes right down here. And can I do some like trapdoor flower pots for this? Like if I go ahead and I do that and then, okay, I'm gonna have to do this all the way around here. Little something like that. Dude, spruce trapdoors, I swear, it's the best block in Minecraft. I stand by that 100%. Like for me, nothing tops spruce trapdoors. But then if I go and I throw these down there, I want to take a look at how that looks from over here because yeah, oh, okay, I think I really like that. With the front window, with how big that window is, I think that looks really, really nice. But then I'm also thinking I could throw some fences on the sides over here. I have an idea. So I need these spruce fences, and then do I have any spruce slabs as well? I feel like I do. But yeah, I want to go and throw these fences, a little something like that, and then I'm going to give them a little support like up here and up here, and then boom, boom, fence, fence, and this side. I'm sorry, trapdoor, but you know, it is what it is. And if I could get one of those stairs, okay, I want this stair to go upside down or like kitty corner. You know what I mean? So like if I can get it like that, okay, no, still not. I don't know exactly the angle you need, but there's a specific angle you got to get. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get it, but I'm going to try my best here. So if I go upside down like that, and then what if I break out that one? Will you flip and turn into one of those? Okay, it did. Now, if I break that and break that, will you stay? Okay, it doesn't. So I'm just going to leave it like that. We're going to do that stair like that. And then I'm going to go with the same thing over here. So I'm going to break that and oh, oopsies. But I'm going to put that stair like that. I think that's going to look pretty good. I want to take a look from afar away. Okay, I am so happy with how that top floor looks. Now, I think I'm just going to do one of those little overhangs like that on the bottom. And I think it'll make the bottom look a lot less flat. That's the only way I know to not make it look so flat. I mean that, but I already have the window there, so I can't really do that. So yeah, we are going to be using the same block palette that I did go ahead and I used for the upstairs or the roof of this build. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did. So we're going out 4, I believe, like that, and then we got to go across up here. Okay, dude, these blocks up here are so annoying, but like I was saying, we're outlining with spruce, and then I'm gonna fill in with the tough blocks like I said. So okay, there we go. And now, do I have tough? I don't think I do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and craft, I think, half of this into these, and let's do the other half and do the tough slabs. There we go. And then we're just gonna kind of randomize these in again, like I've been saying. Oh wait, I think I want to do the upper ones, right? I think it makes it more roomy. If you do, yeah, you do the top level and it makes it just feel so much more open in here. Okay, so there we go. I do want to move all these out of the way because they're in the way. I don't like when this stuff's in the way because then I can't see the build in its full glory. So yeah, let's clear out anything that isn't a part of the build that I'm just using to build the build. So stone cutter and final shulker box right there. And then, oh, of course, I can't get a lantern hanging, so we got to drop that one down. We got to drop that one down as well. There we go. We got 2 lanterns. And then honestly, I think just to match everything, I'm going to make 2 tough stone brick walls. And okay, so it's this corner, so I'm going to swap that one out there. Perfect. And then we're going to go spruce fences up to connect that guy. And we're going to bring this one down as well with 2 spruce fences, and then boom, we're gonna throw the tough wall there. And okay, that should work. That works for me, I think. I want to go take a look from a little bit ways away, but what else can I put? Like if you're standing right here, this looks very plain, and something very simple I can do, I guess, we'll just go in and we'll throw the shutters on the wall like that. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty dang solid if I do say so myself. I like it. And we got all 4 of the houses just in a line. I think these all look great next to each other. One thing, I wish I would not have done deep slate outlines on both those. I never realized those look the exact same. So if I could, what would I swap one of them for though? One of those should not have a deep slate outline. They should all be different. Unfortunately, I did mess that up. That is 100% on me. Okay, so front side of the house, I think completely good. I like how this looks. I'm gonna go with that. I like how that looks. I'm also like, once you get the houses here, I really love how this rock shore is looking as well. I feel like it fully brings this build all together. Okay, so I don't really want to take a crack at this side of the house because I am going to be putting a wheat field here, like I said, and I feel like I feel like the wheat field is going to be a lot of this part of the build. So I'm going to wait on this side for now. So what I'm going to work on next is getting this pathway to go all the way around. So let's go up, and then yeah, so this level will be the level we'll be at. I'm having to terraform this up so much, dude. This is insane, but you know what? It's fine. And then so I'm going to put these slabs like that. I really do not like how this ruins the walkway, but if I don't have this here, this building is so flat on this side. So okay, I'm going to need to go grab grass. I should still have some in one of these, I think. Yeah, here we go. We got a couple stacks of grass blocks right there. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to fill in and build up some of this land, do a little bit of terraforming here so this all makes sense, because it really does not make any sense right now. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna make the normal ground level right here. And I might end up having to go and grab some more grass because I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. But yeah, I suppose I also do need to get some slabs, and I'm gonna have to bring this trail going back down so it connects right here. So that is what I'm gonna work on right now. I want this trail to fully connect over to the other trails. So slab, and then yeah, I'm just gonna bring this guy into the rest of the trails over here, and we're gonna go over with the coarse dirt like that. And then I think the only thing left is I gotta fill in this little section of ground right here, flatten this all out and make it all even. I feel like maybe I want to bring this around a little bit. Okay, I feel like that's decent. Maybe we'll go around so that way this edge is a little bit rounder. And yeah, okay, I feel like that's good. We got this whole section terraformed. You know what? I have a little hill here. We're just going to build this out as well. And that should work. I think that will do for now. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop in a window right here. And yeah, I think for the sake of adding some detailing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add, okay, you know what? This isn't going to work actually. This needs to go out one more block. So let's go coarse dirt there. And then we're going to drop it with a slab right there. So for this window, I want to do the same little shutter things I did earlier. So we're going to go boom, boom, bam, bam, and then spruce, spruce like that. And then azalea leaf there, and we'll do the spruce fence there. Maybe another azalea leaf up top right there. Perfect. And then I think one spruce slab right there could be a good idea for the end one. So let me see if I can find a trapdoor. There we go. That's what I meant to say. I did mean to say trapdoor. So, yeah, I think I'm going to remove that. I think that looks a little bit better right there. Okay, I've used this trick 100 times, but it always looks good. So composter, 2 azalea leaves on top. I don't like how these vines are growing over here. Please stop. And I guess we'll just throw the spruce side. Dude, walking on this road is going to be the most scuffed shit ever, because eventually, like, all this grass area is going to be built in. I don't know if it's going to be buildings or what I'm going to do exactly, but I want it to not be open ground. So walking on this road is going to be so scuffed. Like, look at this, bro. You got to like parkour around all the, I mean, it's really only this one house, but you got to like parkour around that house. So yeah, what else can I do to the front area? I'm thinking we got a lantern right there, obviously, and then I can't hang one up over there. Can I put one on that bush? I cannot put one on. Wait, you can't put it on a leaf? Nah, bro, that's actually crazy. Okay, so I feel like this looks okay, but that section there still looks very plain, but I don't know what to put there. Like, I could go and throw some fences there to round it out a little bit, but that still looks very weird. Maybe I just go and throw in a window. Like, what do I put here that'll actually look good? Yeah, no, I can't put a window there. I might just leave this. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know down below in comments. I don't know what else to put here. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I think for now, that is what the front of this house is gonna look like. Because like it looks a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know what else to do. I like how that looks. I like how that looks. Just this section here looks so plain. So, or I guess this would be the back side of the house, right? But you know what? I'll throw this brick in. That should help out a little bit there. And yeah, so that's what that's gonna look like. This side I have not started really yet, and I believe I already said that this side is done. I think I'm going to rephrase this. The actual front side is going to be this side, because this is the side that I'm really putting the most effort into, because this is the view that I absolutely love. This is what the front side looks so far, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I absolutely love it. And yeah, that looks good. So that means all I have left is this side over here. So I'm going to get started with the garden, I think is the next step. And to get that garden made, first of all, I'm going to have to go get leaves. I'm hoping I've got some leaves in my chest in my starter house. If not, I'm going to have to go get a shears, and I'm going to have to go farm up some leaves off of some trees. Okay, I've got a little bit of oak leaves here. Maybe I want to use... No, I definitely want to stick to oak leaves because that is what the other garden next to it is. So yeah, I'm going to have to go farm up some more oak leaves, unfortunately. Okay, so first I'm going to craft probably 2 shears. Probably should be good. And I'm going to go head off that direction because there is some fields over there. And the reason I want to use oak leaves, I think... Wait, let me check. Is this azalea leaves actually? Oh, it is azalea leaves. Wait a minute. So if this is azalea leaves, I actually want azalea leaves. So I might not have to go farm leaves at all, because I've got 45 azalea leaves here, and I know I got some more azalea leaves in the house. So I'm going to run back over to the starter house again. I should have checked earlier, but I'm going to see what I got for azalea leaves in my starter house. Okay, so I've got I've got 2 stacks of azalea leaves here. That is more than enough. I'm going to head back out. I shouldn't need to go shear any bushes. I guess I also might as well grab some seeds right away just so I can actually plant the field. And then, yeah, I'm just going to start, and we're going to start building these leaves all the way around this thing. So I'm thinking something, yeah, I'm just going to start randomly placing these bushes, and we're just going to make a little random kind of assortment of these leaves, and it's going to go all the way around. It's going to be great. And there's going to be a wheat field on the inside, and it's just going to look amazing. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. We kind of have got this all the way around. And so next up, we just got to get the water sources going. So there we go. We got one right there, and then I can just grab water out of the river, hopefully. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So then right here, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put the water source right there. And I can do that. I should, if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to just go ahead and hoe all of this ground right here. And I think this all should be watered under everything here. And I should be able to just go ahead and plant in these seeds down here. And also plant in these seeds all around here. This will look really nice once this is all grown into wheat. But yeah, simply, I just have the water each side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then right here, we'll just go in right here probably. And okay, this is going to be really simple. I'm not even going to need to use lanterns. We can go ahead and hoe this entire level right away as well. And plant it all into wheat. It's not going to look good right now, but once all the wheat actually grows, it is going to look amazing. Of course I jumped. Why wouldn't I jump? I've got what, 2 more levels, so I've got to do this level. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go in right there. Same exact thing. You guys know how to build fields, I think. I'm assuming. So you guys know what we're doing. I'm going to finish this off. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I've got the entire thing planted, but I want to make it grow, and I don't have patience to wait. So I'm going to bone meal the entire thing to make it actually look good. So yeah, I'm going to spend the next like 3 minutes maybe it'll probably take me and bone meal this entire farm so we can all see how it'll look once it's fully bone mealed and grown. Okay, with it all completely bone mealed. Okay, oh, dude, this is such a giant open space. I don't know how I feel about this right here, but this is what we got. You kind of got this walk around, you go down the hill. I mean, you got this giant wheat farm right here, which I think against the house looks really nice. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of work up there yet, but I think first I'm going to make another small little wheat field. And this wheat field, okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and make a little path that goes across over here. And I want this to connect into this over here. And then I'm going to go get coarse dirt because I don't have it on me for some reason. And I'm going to fill all this in with coarse dirt. So we got another path here, just like that. Okay, maybe we'll go a little bit wider here just to make it kind of match up a little bit better. Boom. Okay, so we got this path right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make, you know, this little outline here, and we'll just have another little wheat field going on right over here as well. So just something like that. And I'm gonna need some tough walls, so let's go ahead, let's go down here, let's grab some tough out of wherever I put the tough at, and we'll probably make 3 tough brick walls. There we go. So right here, I think I'm gonna go ahead, put that in. We'll put the slab right there, tough brick wall on top, and then a lantern for lighting. And then from this, we'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So out this way, 4 blocks, obviously. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this actually should make the entire thing work. And then the only problem is, unfortunately, I do not have... How am I going to get that to work? Because right here, I don't think is actually going to work. So I'm going to plant all this in, see what we got going on. And then from there, I will probably bone meal the entire farm as well. Okay, so there we go. It is all planted. Now, if I bone meal the entire thing too, of course, I'm going to run out of bone meal. I think I have some bone meal blocks down on one of these shulkers though. Yeah, so I do have a little bit of bone meal blocks. I'm thinking probably 8 will be more than enough bone meal. Let's go and let's get the rest of this wheat field grown. I just love how the wheat fields look. I don't know why. The yellow just looks so amazing. But okay, that should work. Now, I just want to make sure no mobs are going to spawn along the trails. So I think a good way that I could do this is, I'm pretty sure this top one here isn't going to work. So let's go ahead. Let's break that. Let's do that. And there we go. We got a light there. And then I'm going to wait for it to turn nighttime. I think alongside the river, I'm going to need a couple of lanterns as well. So let's go ahead. Let's throw 1 lantern probably right there. Could look decent. And then, okay, this area should be light enough, but we could throw 1 right there. Actually, you know what? We'll break that. Throw 1 on top of there. And then as you're climbing this hill over here, probably chop that out and we'll throw 1 right there. And then I feel like this area is lit up enough. Maybe we could do another one there as well. And I think that is good. But yeah, we got another wheat field right here. I feel like all these wheat fields look very nice, especially being that this is like the little farming district. We've got a wheat field here. We got a wheat field here. Another small one there. And then 1 along this house right here. Love how it looks so far. Okay, so once again, I accidentally paused my recording and I don't know the last thing I recorded. So I've got these little shutters added to the windows here. We got the farms added and I don't know what else I can do to the side here. I'm thinking maybe we could do some trap doors. So I'm going to run to the house to see if I got some trap doors. We'll probably add those there. And then I think that house is also going to be complete. Okay, so I got a decent bit of these fence gates here. So I think as like little supports, a good thing I could do would be to add in these fence gates kind of like this. You add them and then you open them up on the top up here. And I'm going to have to scaffold. Okay, why can I not place the scaffolding? Hello. Apparently scaffolding does not place on flat blocks. So I'm going to have to do it way down here and have to build all the way up. And then I'm probably just going to build out like that. Perfect. And that way as well, I guess. So we can actually fully go around. And then we're going to have to do boom, 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 and open all you guys up. And then maybe I should be able to reach boom. Okay, of course, I miss it by like a little bit, but let's do that. Boom, boom, and then this should be good. Okay, so now if I take a look at the house from over here, that does look a lot better. It does look a little bit weird yet, but I feel like that is just what we're going to be doing. Oh, of course, I forgot one trap door or one fence gate. So let's go up here and let's, oh my God. Okay, let's open that up. There we go. And now if we clean up what we have left for a mess here, just like that. One other thing I want to do, I want to get a couple more of these tufts. So let's craft some of those. Let's get rid of that. And then where did I put the lanterns at? I guess I'm gonna have to replace all of these till I find lanterns. Okay, so now any of these, so this guy is on the floor. Let's break that. Let's place that. Let's put him there. And then I think I'm also gonna do one more probably right here because that looks kind of weird. And then I think we should have light enough all the way around. I'll have to wait and see till it's dark. Maybe, I feel like that looks weird. So I feel like maybe something there, but you know what? It's fine for now. Okay, so now with my entire mess cleaned up, here's the view that I got from right here. I really like how this looks. The only thing is that window right there kind of looks weird with the double shutters and the 3 wide. I don't know what else to do there though. But yeah, here's kind of the view of the front. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 houses along the river right here. And then it kind of loops up into the farming district up here. But yeah, all 4 of the riverfront houses are complete. All I got to do, decorate the interiors of them. And then we're also going to be adding buildings to the backside here. I'm not sure. I feel like probably houses over here, but then maybe some sort of like, I don't know, maybe a sheep barn at some point. I don't know. We're going to figure it out as we go. One thing, as much as I wish I could hang this up, I don't know where to put it. You know, maybe right there adds a little bit of depth to that. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this whole riverfront area is going to be complete for now, I guess. Okay, so I've got all of 4 of the houses completed. We got the garden completed. So the next step would probably realistically be decorating the interiors of these houses. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I absolutely hate decorating interiors. Decorating interiors is probably one of my least favorite things to build in Minecraft. Like, I hate decorating interiors. I hate building custom trees. But yeah, do let me know what your guys' least favorite thing to build in Minecraft is, because I absolutely hate decorating interiors. So for now, I'm going to put that off and go do some other stuff. I guess one of the first things I can do is start cleaning up my inventory, because my inventory is an absolute mess. So I'm going to go bring all the shulker boxes to my storage areas, and I'm going to just dump all this stuff, put everything away, and I'll be back once I get all that done. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up my entire mess of blocks. And now, because, you know, it's my favorite thing to do in Minecraft, I'm going to go ahead and farm my big wheat field. I don't farm any of my smaller wheat fields because it's not worth my time, but this big one, I mean, I can farm it really quickly. It's really satisfying to do, and it gives me a bunch of hay, and I love using hay bales for decoration. So I just love to farm this one. Anytime it's fully grown, I'll be back as soon as I get this guy completed. Okay, so I went and got my wheat all completely planted, harvested. I got about another 47 hay bales. So the hay bale stock, it's going up. But now what I want to do, I'm not really in the mood to decorate the interiors of those houses. So I'm going to take another adventure out here with Daisy, because if I'm not mistaken, oh no, Daisy isn't my fastest horse. Let me see, wait. Okay, Sky goes 13.7. I want to say 13.7 is the fastest. Nugget is 13.7 as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, if I can open the gate, I'm going to go ahead, take Nugget out, and Nugget is going to be my adventure horse today. Now, Now, I do actually have a goal in mind. I remember somewhere out towards the west, there is an ocean. And in that ocean, those of you that have seen episode 1 of this series, there was an ocean monument I came across a long time ago. And my goal, I guess, is going to be to go explore that ocean monument because I haven't been in an ocean monument in forever. But also, I did just realize I'm a little stupid. Before I go to an ocean monument, I should get some milk so that way I don't have to deal with the mining fatigue. Okay, Nugget, I'm going to need you to stay right there while I run inside and go grab myself some iron so I can make some buckets and get some milk. Okay, so a decent bit of iron here. And we're going to craft a good bit of buckets as well. Okay, 7 probably going to be enough. And now I'm going to go milk my cows. And oh, of course, dude, what is with my horses and running away? I swear. Okay, she's back in my rose garden for some reason. Come on, Nugget. We've got places to be. We've got things to do. So I've got my giant cow farm down here. Some of these roads are not ideal for horses, but you know what? It's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and milk a bunch of my cows. And there we go. We got 7 buckets of milk. Now I'm going to head off and me and Nugget are going to go see if we can find ourselves. Oh, of course, there's a fence gate there, but we're going to go see if we can find an ocean monument. My bridge is this way. Getting around some of these tight pathways on a horse is not ideal, but you know what? It's okay. Luckily for me, Sophia made this very nice bridge that me and Nugget are going to be able to cross. But yeah, I'm going to go searching for that ocean monument. I remember it's out west somewhere. I'll be back if I can go ahead and find myself that ocean monument. Okay, I'm not having any luck finding an ocean monument, but I did find myself a ruined nether portal here. So I guess while I'm here, I might as well take the gold. And okay, there is a chest. The clock, I guess I'll take that. I feel like clocks are relatively expensive, right? But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it and then probably gonna head home. If I don't find it, I'll come back when something happens. Okay, I go in my house for 3 seconds to clean up my inventory and literally my horse is already gone. Where did it go, dude? I swear, they're just... Oh, okay. He's just in my wheat field, you know, trying to destroy it. Come on, Nugget. We gotta go. I unfortunately was not able to find the ocean monument, so I guess we're not gonna go on that adventure today. And I didn't want Nugget to die, so Nugget, you're just gonna stay. You're gonna stay there. You're gonna stay put in your little stable, okay? But I did think of something productive I can do that I'm not absolutely dreading to do because we all know I do not want to decorate any more interiors. So I think what I decided I'm gonna do is my triple furnace setup for smelting. It's not doing it for me, so I think I'm gonna use the interiors of one of these houses, like maybe this house, for example. And I'm gonna have like a ladder that goes down, and then in the basement of this house, I think I'm gonna go ahead and we are gonna put in an auto smelting system. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of dreading doing that. Dude, I love how this looks. Like these farms and the pathway going between the farms. Another thing I could do is I like adding the rooted dirt and the path dirt into these trails. And I haven't done it over in this farming district yet. So that is something I definitely could do, but I don't really feel like doing that either. So I think for now, first things first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go get a little bit of materials out of my starter house. And I'm going to start building out this little thing that I want to build out over there, which is obviously my auto smelter. So the first thing I'm going to need is ladders. Okay, I really do not have many ladders. I thought I had sticks somewhere in here, but it's looking like I might have spent all of the sticks that I have. So I guess that means I'm gonna have to go craft some more sticks, and I'll take these ones for now, but we do need more ladders. And luckily for me, I've got a bunch of just random assortments of wood in here. I'm just gonna use whatever crap I can find and turn all these into sticks. So there's enough wood, there's enough wood, there's a bunch of wood, and let's make a bunch of sticks. And then we can craft a bunch of ladders. Okay, that is not nearly as many ladders as I thought it would be, but it'll work. I don't need more than 64. Honestly, 20 was probably more than enough. And then we've got 4 houses here. So I think the house I'm going to use is going to be one of these 2 middle ones. Knight told me I should turn this one into a little bakery because it looks like a birthday cake. So for that reason, I think I'm actually going to put it in this house, the one with the little interior drop. So the idea, let's go throw it in this corner. We're going to dig out the floor, and then I'm going to do exactly what I'm not supposed to do and dig straight down. This is not good. You can throw a torch right in there. I'm not going to go super deep with this, but something like that. And let's go ahead and let's get ladders going back up to the top here. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to decorate this in the future, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, so now I'm going to have to dig out a decent sized room here so that way I just have enough room to put the auto smelters in here. And luckily for me, I've got an efficiency 5 pickaxe. If only I had a beacon here. If I had beacon powers, haste 2 right now would be absolutely awesome. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't really really mind mining. I find mining to be very satisfying. I like to just like, a lot of the time I'll just throw on a TV show, throw on a movie, and just kind of mine away. I'm going to break that one and replace 2 torches right there and right there. But yeah, I'm going to spend a little bit of time here digging out this room to be a decent size. I'll be back once I get a size that I think I'm going to be comfortable with. I don't know how to build one of these auto smelters, so I am going to have to look up a guide on YouTube. But first things first, I got to dig out a little area that I am going to do this. Oh, another thing I just thought of that I could do. I would really like to get an automatic wool farm. So like every color of dyed sheep in one of those automatic wool farms, but like make it a big one. I think that'd be awesome. Okay, so we got 4. I think we're going to go 5 blocks each direction. And I asked Knight to hop online as well, so he can kind of tell me, help me, because he's also going to be using this auto smelter. So for his sake, I think he should get on and tell me how big we should go with this guy, because I want to be able to smelt like a crap load of glass. Would be absolutely awesome. But yeah, I'm going to start by digging this out. Like I said, maybe I'm going to go up 2 more blocks as well. The coolest Forever World member is here. Yeah, so I'll be back once I kind of get a room dug out and we kind of get a little bit of planning done for what this is going to be. Okay, so I had Knight help me dig out. He says this should be big enough, and now he's going to get off. He's working on editing a video right now, so I'm going to leave him be. But yeah, what I'm going to do, first things first, I think I'm just going to go throw some torches on all the walls, make sure this room is good and bright. Yeah, it looks like we could use maybe a torch here on the back wall. And then, yeah, I'm just going to have to go figure out how I actually build one of these things. I'm going to find a YouTube video and I'm going to copy a YouTube video. So I'm going to figure out what materials I need. I will be back in a second once I get that all figured out. Okay, so I went ahead, got a good bit of materials here, so I'm able to build what I need. So I believe step number 1 is I need an output chest. So this is going to be where all the materials end up going. Once I've got them through the auto smelter, they're going to go into that chest so that way I can actually take them and use them for whatever I need to use them for. And then I believe the next step is I need to go ahead and craft a crap load of furnaces. But luckily for me, I do already have that iron farm that produces a load of iron, meaning I'm going to be able to make, yeah, 38 hoppers sounds good. I'm just going to go and we're going to start lining these guys going like all the way over here. And this is actually what's going to be, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe we want 12. Yeah, let's go 12. So we'll have 12 furnaces here running like that. And then obviously we're going to go ahead and make a bunch of furnaces. We're just going to use normal furnaces so we can actually use them for everything. So, oh, and we're kind of messing up here. So I believe that will end up in that. Okay, right there in the chest right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get these guys lining. Okay, it doesn't matter. It can be facing that way, but it bothers me. It looks so weird. So we're breaking that and redoing it. All right, so there we go. We got 12 furnaces set up here for our auto smelter. Okay, and then I believe we also need to just go and throw some hoppers into the back of each of these furnaces as well. So the bottom ones are going to be taking these stuff out once they're all completely smelted, and this one I believe is going to be putting the resources into the hoppers. So there we go. We got kind of a basic setup here. Okay, and then we also need a row of hoppers going into the top of each of the furnaces. I'm like not gonna have enough hoppers. I'm gonna have to go craft more, I'm guessing. But this is what we've got so far, just a mess of furnaces and hoppers leading into this chest right here with my furnace in it. Okay, and then I believe we're going power rail, and then the rest of these will just line up with normal rails. Okay, it's so annoying I have to crouch. I wish I had swift sneak now. And I think it's the same thing down here. So 2 and then rails all the way along. Okay, so now that those are all completely connected, I think I can break that one and we can put a block right there. Then I'm going to power both these powered rails using a redstone block like that. Perfect. Okay, I'm kind of running into a giant mess. I'm going to make ladders so I can easily kind of get up here, I think is a good idea. And you know, that didn't really work. And then I think, okay, how do I actually do this? I'm pretty sure I gotta dig this out, and we go a chest right there and connect like that. And then I believe there's also gotta be a chest up here. Yeah, this is such a harder mess to make. And then we gotta go ahead and craft 2 minecarts, and then we gotta craft a minecart with a hopper. So let's just make both of those right away as well. I think I just put that there, and then we gotta put one right there as well. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done. I think I just gotta go and throw a lever right there, and then I'm pretty sure it's done, but I do just want to go grab some stuff and see if it actually will work. Okay, so first of all, I've got a bunch of hopper I've been collecting the entire season. So I'm going to take all this copper. This is what we're going to be attempting to smelt today. And then I've also got a bunch of lava right here. Okay, so let's take, oh, of course I don't have enough inventory space. We're going to have to grab all the shulker. And we're gonna dump all of our lava buckets into the shulker. And okay, that should be more than enough. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to get an automatic lava system set up for this building as well. Okay, so I should have grabbed this earlier because I was already here earlier, but I'm gonna need some dripstone block, and then, okay, I don't know if this is gonna be enough dripstone, but yeah, we're gonna take this. I'm probably gonna go have to run down into a mine and farm up a little bit more dripstone, which shouldn't be too bad. Actually, I think there's some down here. First things first, I just gotta make sure no one trapped it. It doesn't look like it's trapped, so we should be good. We can drop all the way down here, and oh my gosh, dude, someone has been going absolutely crazy with the mining down here. It's been insane. If I head down this mine shaft, I believe there's a cave with some dripstone in here. I'm gonna go look for some, see if I can find any real quick. Okay, so you guys aren't really gonna be able to see it, but there is a lot of dripstone in here. So yeah, we're gonna use Fulbright, and oh my god, there's so much, but there's also a load of mobs, so I am gonna have to be careful. But I should be able to farm a decent bit of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and break a bunch of it, and then hopefully, you know what, we're going down, and yeah, I'll just grab a bunch of this. Come on, before the mobs can get me. There's creepers, there's so much of this stuff, but yeah, I want to grab as much as I can so I can make an infinite lava farm. And yeah, oh my gosh, okay, 38, yeah, that's gonna be more than enough. I'm getting the hell out of here, bro. Let me out. Oh, okay, well, yeah, we're just blocking that up. There's so many mobs in there, but okay, that should be enough. I'm gonna go head over, and we're gonna start working on making this automatic lava farm. Okay, so I'm gonna set that guy down right there for now, and I guess I'm just gonna unload. Okay, of course my inventory is still somehow full, but let's put as much stuff in here as we can. I'm just gonna have to craft a chest, I guess, so I can fully store everything. So let's get that down. Let's put everything in there, and then I'm gonna craft a bunch of buckets. Okay, how many do I want to do? I'm gonna do like this much iron, and I'm gonna make just a load of buckets. That should be good. Luckily, I'm not very concerned about iron because of our iron farm. Like, it's basically constantly going. Like right here, I'm probably not AFKing it, but anytime IB Hunting is online and Night is online, when they're in their homes, they're naturally just AFKing the iron farm, and it's making profit. So with these buckets, I'm going to run over to Gingy. He has a public lava farm that I'm going to go. I'm going to steal from. I'm going to fill up as many buckets as I can. And yeah, I'm going to try to bring them back to my base. Okay, so I made it to Gingy's house. If I'm not mistaken, in his house right here, I need to just put my chest plate on, but in here, yes, he does. He has a giant lava farm, and apparently it's not full, so I'm not going to get very much lava, but I'm going to collect as much lava as I can. Now, I do have another idea. I know where there's a lava pit over kind of by our tree farm. So we're going to put our elytra on, and we're going to fly over to the tree farm and see if I can get a bunch more lava. There's also lava right there, but I'm going to leave that because I think it looks really cool. Yeah, I'm going to head over to the tree farm. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so here we are, giant tree farm. I know there's lava somewhere around here. I want to say it was down here by the, by this. And I hear it. I heard it. Okay, it is under here, right? Yeah, okay, it's right here. So I gotta get a way to get down here. And okay, I'm gonna drop right, okay, that's kind of scary, but on this block, and we're gonna fill up as many buckets of lava as we can. And of course, we're burning it. Okay, so we need to like figure something out here. And we're gonna get our shulker box down, and we're gonna dump all of those in there and just get the garbage out of my inventory. And let's get a bunch more buckets of lava made up here. Honestly, I'm gonna drain this entire pit. We'll be good with that. Let's get these all put in there. And of course, we got shulker box full. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab as many as I can, which is not looking like it's gonna be very many at this point because my inventory is about to be overflowing full. But I can grab just a couple more lava buckets. And yep, that's gonna be it. So we're full. I'm gonna take these and we're gonna go back to the base. First things first, let's grab the shulker box. I want the shulker box, not dirt. Thank you very much. And let's get back to the base. I'll be back once we make it all the way back to the base. Okay, so I've got all the lava buckets I'm gonna need for days. Let's just go ahead and dump all this stuff in here for now. And I should really go, yeah, I'm gonna have to go store my elytra. I'll be right back. I need inventory space so I can actually make this farm. Okay, so I don't exactly remember how you do this, but I'm just gonna start by cleaning up this wall so I have a little bit of space to work with. Let's get all the shulkers moved to right there. And okay, this is gonna be a pain, but hopefully, okay, I do have enough inventory space. We're just gonna dump all this stuff in here as well. And we are gonna start with the process. So I'm not gonna look up a YouTube tutorial. If I remember correctly, these are very simple to make. And so first things first, we need to craft ourselves a good bit of cauldrons. So maybe is a stack of good? I think that's gonna be too much. We're gonna go with like 20 cauldrons. So there we go. We got 21 cauldrons. If I need more, I can always craft some more. more of those guys a little bit later. I'm going to dig out this block right here on all of these, and we're just going to go cauldrons all the way along. And yeah, I want it to go this entire room. We're going to have a giant lava farm. So boom, there we go. We got all those cauldrons. Look like I crafted too many cauldrons, which is a-okay. And then I believe we're going to have to mine out above these guys a little bit here, just like that. And then, okay, so I think dripstone blocks go like that. And then I believe you need polished dripstone to hang on all those guys like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I got to mine all this out. I'll be back once I get this all done for you guys. Okay, so now what I'm thinking is I'm going to go iron bars to kind of keep the block in there. I don't think it should flow out with these iron bars like that. And we'll do the same thing over here on this side. And I'll make it easy to put lava buckets in all of these source blocks as well. Okay, so now if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to just go ahead and throw the lava in right there, and then will it start dripping? It is starting to drip, and that one is also dripping. And okay, they're all dripping besides this one. I'm a little confused. So this one is dripping. Okay, that are they all dripping? It looks like they're all dripping. That one definitely is. I'm not sure if I need to have a source block for each of them, or if it works to just do it like this. But this also is great because this helps to light up the room. So I can go ahead and break like these torches here, which is very, very nice. This is the only one to fill up, and it's right where I put the source block. So I think I'm just going to put source blocks in all of them just to be safe, and just so I can make sure that it actually does work. So yeah, I'm going to load all these up. I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so I turned all the lava into source blocks just because I'm not sure if it needs to be source blocks or not. So to be safe, that's what I'm going to be doing. And that means it is time for me to go ahead and test the farm. So I'm going to put everything away that isn't lava buckets. I'm going to take just the lava buckets, and the lava buckets. Okay, I don't know which need to go into which, but I'm going to try putting the lava buckets into the top chest, and we're going to see how that works. And I've got a bunch of lava buckets, so I'm going to grab all of these guys. There should be, yeah, there's some more right there, and here's some more right there. Like I said, all of them are going into that top chest. And it looks like, yeah, I'm going to have some extras here. So I'm just going to go craft a chest for extra storage. And in the future, I do plan to decorate this room, but for now, this is what we're going to have. So we're going to put the extra lava buckets into there, and then we're going to take all of our copper from right here. I guess we've also got coal here too, so I might as well take that, and then any extra buckets that I have as well. Okay, so I've got a ton of this copper to cook, so I believe we put that up there, we put this here, and I can just dump all this into this. And I've got a lot of it, so we're just going to start getting this stuff going through. We have so much to do. Let's get it all put into this chest. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, because I don't believe you can smelt blocks of raw copper on their own. Pretty sure they all have to be smelted separately. So that chest is full. That chest is full. I believe all I have to do is flick that lever, and it does look like they're going to go all the way across. And so we are getting lava in all of these, but for some reason, okay, we got a rail in that one. I got to make sure they're all cleaned out. For some reason, it is not working. So I've got to try my best and figure out why it isn't working. So if I clear out, okay, why do we have, dude, there's such a mess in these. I don't know what's not working or why this isn't working, but I'm going to try my best to figure out what is not working or why this isn't working. I think I might have did this backwards. I'm pretty positive I went and I did this backwards. So let's shut it off. Okay, so I'm going to try very simply swapping and taking the copper out of here and putting the copper into the top one. So if I put all the copper into the top one and then, okay, yep, we have a giant mess here I have to deal with. But if I do this, will it fix the problem and actually work? Does the copper have to be in the top and the lava have to be in the bottom? That is what I'm going to try to figure out right now. So there should be all of the copper. I'm going to go put all of that up there. And then we're going to put all the lava into this bottom one. So let's grab all of this and put it all right in there. Okay, so if I go ahead and flip the switch now, is it gonna work? Please, moment of truth, please work. Oh my gosh, it is still not working. That is fantastic. Why is it not working? I don't understand why we're not working here. Okay, so now we're getting, oh, wait. It might be working. I'm so confused. Why, what is happening? Okay, so we're getting copper in. One of these is working. One of these has gotten a lava bucket. Why are the rest of them not working though? Okay, I am so confused because the copper and the lava for some reason are all going into this bottom row of hoppers, and actually literally nothing is going into the top row of the hoppers. So what am I doing wrong? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to try to figure this out. I'll be back if I get anything. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so beyond confused. I didn't do a thing, but for some reason, all of the furnaces are working now. I don't know why. I don't understand what's going on, but I'm gonna take it. So I'm gonna dig down here. I want another chest for extra storage. So yeah, I'm gonna make a little staircase. This room is gonna be so ugly for now, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna craft one hopper, and we're gonna go boom, boom, and then we're gonna go hopper into there. So that way all the stuff drains from this one into that one. And then yeah, this should be fully functional and fully operational if I'm not mistaken. And so now I just got to go ahead and make sure we consistently are farming the lava source. And I got to make sure I consistently keep this stuff loaded. But we can put the coal and we can put all the lava in here just to make sure that's all locked and loaded. And any of these extra buckets I might as well take out. And we're going to just put these in here right away. And lastly, to speed up the outtake a little bit, I'm going to throw in one more hopper right there because that'll help get stuff from this chest into this chest a lot quicker. Okay, but I think this should be completely set up. I'm going to decorate it in the future. I just don't feel like it right now. So this is my automatic smelter complete. Okay, so it all seems to be fully functional. We are cooking away all of my copper. I've got a load of it to cook, so I'm going to leave this be. I'm going to take all my stuff, let the lava farm do its thing, let the automatic smelter do its thing. We will be back probably in a future episode to decorate this room, because I'm not going to lie, right now it looks absolutely horrible, but hopefully we'll be able to fix that in the near future. I just don't have the motivation to do that right now, and it sounds extremely boring, but you know what? Oh my god, dude, I have so much copper to cook. I have so much copper to cook, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. That is an operational farm, I guess. If I remember, I will try to link this farm that I used off YouTube in the description, but I don't know that I will. And I was gonna farm my wheat farm, but apparently it's not even done growing. So unfortunately, I can't farm my wheat farm, which is very, very sad. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty happy with the progress that has been made on the world. I'm gonna do a quick breakdown of everything real fast. Okay, so as you guys can tell, this was a map taken from March 11th of 2025, and this is what mine and ice location look like. So there's my starter house right there. We didn't have the stable. We had the little river house and the wood house. And now we've added a bunch more. We've got the bee farm, we got the cow farm, we got the silage, we got 4 new brand houses right there. This river connects all the way through, as you guys know. We got DC's house down there, and then there's Knight's area, up there is the Iron Golem farm, and up there is Hunting's area. As just stated, we've added this entire new village section. We got 4 completely different made houses here, all in different styles, which I absolutely love, and they've definitely grown on me a lot. I love how they look right there. I've got a little bit more work to do, but that'll be done in the future. Obviously, we got to do interiors on all 3 of those houses, but then we've also got this little farming district right here. Sophia put in this bridge. You guys remember that. We got this little silo with its wheat farm around it, and up here we've got our little greenhouse bee farm. As you guys know, we've got like 100 bees in here. If you guys want to name a bee, let me know bee name suggestions down below in the comments. But yeah, as you're walking through here, I just love how this looks. It's so aesthetic. I love the look of the wheat farms, especially with this new texture pack I got that makes the wheat taller. I think it looks amazing. Then right here, we've got our little cow barn with all of our cows and a bunch more for slaughter over here. Here's a little bit of a look at the cow barn. I absolutely love this build. I think this is one of my favorite builds I've done so far. I'm not gonna lie. And then over here, we've got the other side of these 4 houses. Now, what we got to do next, I think will be happening primarily in the next episode. I've got to fill in all of this dead space right here. I don't know yet if it's going to be more houses like these or if I'm going to do actual barns. I'm thinking we're going to do houses and then like the sheep, the pig, and the chicken barns are going to go back over there because I feel like it'll fit since we got 4 houses here. We might as well put some more houses right here. This episode, we also did add this stone shore, which has absolutely grown on me. I absolutely love it. It makes the houses fully come together. Like, look at this view. All of the houses are different and unique enough, and they, I don't know, they just go so well together. I absolutely love it. Thinking of the next episode, I'm also wanting to build some sort of build right here. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Maybe another riverfront house, or maybe I'll do like a little fishing shack. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. We also redid this entire bamboo farm because all the bamboo were that height before, so I made them all different heights so it looks a little bit more natural. And then obviously, you guys know this has been here for a while. We got this house, we got our little riverside house, little potato patch right there. All all of our docks. I still absolutely love this custom terraforming I did. I don't know. It just looks amazing to me. And then we've got our starter house. This was built at this point like 3 to 4 months ago. Absolutely insane. The custom stable with all of my horses. We've got Sky, we've got Nugget, we got Daisy, Poppy, Major, and what was the last horse's name, dude? We got Major and we got, oh yeah, Freya. We got Freya. And then the skeleton horse Midnight. I gotta figure something out to do with you because I don't like where you are. Maybe I'll shove you in and you'll go hang out with Poppy. Who knows? We'll figure that out in the next episode. And yeah, that was built March 17th, 2025. It's been so long already. Another thing I want to work on going forward is I've got a lot of stuff done on this side of the river. I want to start working on more builds on that side of the river. Fully expanding all this, getting builds done here would be absolutely awesome. We got this amethyst tree that I still don't love, but you know what? It's going to stay here. It's a part of the world now because I built it, and I don't believe really in breaking builds because they look bad. Because, you know, at one point, that's what I built. I want to see my progression building in the future, see how much it gets better. And then honestly, no one else has really been on the server and done too much work. I'm not going to re-show Gengi's area or Knight's area because they haven't really built anything since the last episode came out. But yeah, here was the map of what this area looked like at the beginning of the episode. So we had none of these new houses, barely any of the fields were complete. Yeah, there just wasn't nearly as much progress, and I'm excited to see what the updated map is going to look like now because a lot of work has been done, a lot of work has been put into the world. There's one more thing I wanted to do though, and that is get a view from on top of this mountain. I like to do this basically every episode, and this is what my area is currently looking like. We've got this entire section, basically that whole side of the river from there at the stables all the way down over there is all my builds I put in this world. The newest addition right here being our 4 brand new houses that I'm so proud of. I just love them. And yeah, I'm excited to keep the builds going forward. I think the next thing, like I said, we're probably going to decorate the interiors of these 4 houses, and then we're going to fill the backside of those houses with more builds, so that way it is a full village in this area. Once I get all that complete, I'm probably going to come across the river, start working on filling out like that area, and then working on this giant chunk of land right here. But yeah, I've just got to say, I am super proud of where this world has come so far, so I appreciate all the support from you guys as well. Also, if you would like to support me even further and want a chance to get your name as one of the names of the animals in the world, or on a sign somewhere in the world, become a channel member, linked down below in the description. Okay, so another thing I wanted to go ahead and get done is add a little bit of rooted dirt into my roads over there in the new farming district of my world, because those roads are kind of a little bit plain. And so the best way to do that obviously is by robbing Knight. So I think he has rooted dirt somewhere in here. What's up, Todd? Nice to see you, bro. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure where that is. He told me it's in this tower, so I'm just looking for his rooted dirt chest right now. Oh, there we go. Let's take a couple stacks of that, and let's go ahead and head over to where I actually need to put this. So I'm going to put it in my offhand. Okay, I did clear out my shulker boxes, so we're going to go put some roads. Dude, I absolutely love this. Like, I'm just riding myself at this point, but I don't know. This looks so nice to me. Like, having the different houses, I am so proud of it. But yeah, very simply, what I'm... Oh, I hate when I do that, dude. What I gotta do, though, we're just adding a couple pieces of rooted dirt in here and there. Okay, get out of my inventory, bro. But yeah, randomly going around the trail and adding in some rooted dirt because I like the texturing it adds, and it gives a little bit more detail to these roads. And I'm not gonna lie, right now, these roads are looking a little bit plain, so they're really in a dire need of a little bit of rooted dirt throughout. Luckily for me and Knight farmed a bunch, so some of that rooted dirt in his chest is actually mine because I actually did farm a bunch of it, and I just put it in his storage room. But this will be absolutely perfect. I'm gonna bring it into the barn here as well, although we do have some mycelium in here, so probably not very much. I'll go ahead, we'll throw one more right there, and yeah, I think that'll be good for in here. And we got to go down. Okay, yeah, there is a lot of road I've got to fill in here, so we got to go over here to the cow barn, obviously, and plant a little bit in front of the houses here as well. Just, I want this entire trail, like I said, I want this entire trail. And then as you can see, I've already done rooted dirt in this section, so right here is already pretty good. But this part here, let's throw in one right there, and honestly, this is probably good enough. We'll do one there, and then we got to go up here as well. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the rest of this in. I'll be back in a second to show you guys once I've got the finished product, and then maybe we'll add some stone buttons to act as like sort of rock, because I think that is always a nice little touch you can go and throw into your builds here. Oh, and Knight is here to watch me use his stuff. Yeah, I should just have a little bit more. I believe it's just the front of the house is here, and then I should be good, I'm thinking. And like I said, we're not going for very much, just very little rooted dirt because I don't want to overdo it. And okay, there we go. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and go get some stone buttons right away as well. Here, guys. Knight, you can take your stuff. You got it, buddy. Knight. Take your path blocks. Thank you. Okay, so I got all the path blocks that I need. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a couple of buttons around just to make it look like little stones on the side of the road. Very basic building technique. I feel like everybody already knows this building technique by now. It's great for building pathways, and I absolutely love utilizing it in my builds. That is not what I meant to do there, though. But yeah, we're just kind of scattering these guys around every here and there, and then yeah, I think this part of the path will be done. So I think we'll be good here. Maybe we'll throw one up here because I don't really have anything there. And then in this little loop right here, we'll throw a couple around just like that. And hello, my cows. I should really start naming. Like, I need to name more animals. I want to name all the cows, at least on the inside of the barn. Probably not these ones out here, because if I'm being completely honest with you guys, these cows are just here for the slaughtering. They're for steak. But yeah, I also would like to name the bees eventually. Maybe the allays in the XP farm as well. But I've only got a couple more buttons. We're going to do one right here, and then I'll put one on the other side of the road, probably more like that. Okay, so road, I think project complete. That works for me. Okay, so I did just want to take a quick check on my copper progression down here. So we are getting a little bit of lava. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of that so the farm can be producing at maximum efficiency, and we can put that back in there. And it looks like we got a decent bit of copper cooking up here, but we still got a lot more copper to go. So I'm just going to grab as much as I can, and let's go ahead and refill the chest. Okay, over half of it is through the chest. I should be able to get it all in there right now. And then I'm going to have enough copper to make copper blocks for days, which is absolutely perfect because I really like the look of the copper blocks. And oh no, I accidentally stopped the minecart, but there we go. It's working again. Let's get these lava buckets put in there. Just want to make sure we have constant flow of fire source. So that is perfect. I'm not exactly sure why, but this thing is kind of like broken. I don't know what's going on. These last three aren't working. Maybe if I go take a look on the other side. What is the reason that these last three aren't taking? Okay, yeah, because the copper is in here. So I don't understand. Oh, is it? Wait. I'm not sure why it's not working, but it's not working. So I'm just going to take 3 stacks of copper, try manually putting them in. Maybe that'll fix it. Who knows? So if I shove that there and that in there and that in there. Okay, they're all working again. I've got a lot more copper to cook up, but we have a good start here. And obviously a nice good supply of buckets so we can always be using the automatic lava farm here as well. And I am still absolutely dreading and do not want to design the interiors of these houses, dude. I just hate designing house interiors. It's not for me. Okay, is my wheat field, oh, come on. It's not quite fully grown. I was going to farm this, but it's not grown yet. So I guess I'm going to go take care of my shulker boxes, take care of my stone buttons. Maybe then it is going to be ready, hopefully. So my stone materials go over into my little mine shaft building. Any stone type blocks I store in the mine, the giant rock mine up here. And then right down here, I've got this little chest for any random assortment of stone blocks that I might have. Okay, I think I decided it's grown enough for me. I need a little bit of a break from everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and farm the entire wheat field. There's like 2 pieces or 3 pieces around that aren't grown, but this will do for me for now. I'm going to go ahead and farm this whole thing. I will be right back once I get this whole thing harvested up again. Okay, I got the whole thing harvested. So now begins the very long and tedious process of just going around and replanting the entire thing as well. But I need the hay bales, so it is a requirement. I mean, I think I have like 13 stacks of hay blocks, and that's just not enough to me. More hay bales is always going to be a little bit better. So I'll be back once I get this all finished out. Okay, we got the whole wheat field replanted. Now time to see how much profits we made on our capitalism. And it looks like 46 hay bales, decent enough for me. I'll definitely take it. And that gets us up. Okay, not quite a full stack there, but you know what? We'll take it. We got that much hay and we got that much wheat just chilling in our chest. Now, I should really go back behind me and finish out that beacon, but I really don't want to. Okay, another small project I wanted to do was we still have this giant patch of mycelium from when we used to have our tree farm here. Those of you that have watched the earlier early episodes know, we had our tree farm right here. So I guess my goal is I want to get this ugly patch going because like I was saying, eventually I want to expand Mining Knight's village all the way over and down here on this entire peninsula. So I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to farm all this up. You know, mining dirt in Minecraft, it's kind of like farming wheat. It's one of the most satisfying things you can do. I enjoy it. Also, holy crap, dude, Knight has so many horses just chilling over here. I should probably make another stable so we can actually store the rest of the horses, especially Midnight, because she's actually named. But yeah, we're going to farm up all this mycelium, and then I'm going to have to go get some regular dirt. Okay, wait. Yeah, I am using Soak Touch. I was going to say, I want the mycelium, so I hope I'm using Soak Touch. But once I get all this done, I'm going to go grab some dirt. I'm going to re-put it in. I will be back in a minute. Okay, all the mycelium is farmed up. I just want to collect all the blocks. Don't want to waste any because I feel like mycelium, or okay, it's not mycelium, it's pods. And mycelium is like the weird looking gray stuff in mushroom biome. But I feel like it's a good decoration block. I typically like using it for like barn floors because to me, it kind of looks like cow manure. So I feel like it works very well. I'm going to head up to my storage. I'm going to go ahead, put all the podzol down, and then I'm gonna get some dirt to fill in that hole because leaving a giant hole down there is not gonna work out for me. So we gotta go get some dirt so we can fill that back in. And luckily for me, we have enough dirt to last literally an eternity. So I'm just going to take a bunch of this. It'll regrow into grass, so I don't need actual grass blocks. This should do. And yeah, I've got this giant piece of land. I just got to start filling in. This is probably going to take me quite a bit of time. So I'm just going to start filling it in and hope I can get this done within the next 30 minutes. But it's one of those annoying jobs. Like I said, I like mining the dirt. I don't like placing the dirt. Placing dirt is not fun, but it's something that just has to be done. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead, fill this all out. I will be back in a minute once I get this job done. Okay, there we go. We went ahead and we replaced all of the open ground in with dirt. It took just about like, I would say about half an inventory of dirtish. So I'm going to go ahead, store the rest of my dirt, and then come up with the next project for me to start. Okay, so I do want to come check on the iron farm, make sure everything here is good. We know it's running. I checked earlier in the episode, but I got to clear some of this out. So we got a lot more iron in here since last time, actually. And so what I like to do is occasionally I'll just come up here. I will craft it into iron blocks. Obviously, oh, we're going to get quite a bit of iron blocks here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it all in that chest. And then yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, craft the rest of the iron blocks into iron blocks, and anyone on the server is welcome to come up here and take some. Just like obviously don't take it all. But then we've also got just such a large amount of poppies. Let me know if you guys have any uses for poppies, because I've got these things. Like, let me just show you guys here. Okay, so down here by my river house is where I store poppies. Yep. Okay, maybe somebody stole them. Okay, no, here they are. So I got this chest full, I've got this barrel full, I've got this barrel full, I believe this barrel is full, and this barrel is, well, gonna be full now. So let me know if you guys have any uses for poppies. I mean, obviously I can make red dye out of them, but I don't have this much use for red dye. I'm thinking soon, if I don't get a use for them, I'm honestly gonna have to start just throwing them out, and I don't want to throw them out because, you know, I don't like wasting stuff. So if you guys have any uses for red poppies, maybe there's something I don't know about, let me know down below in the comment section. But yeah, I'm gonna head all the way back up to the iron farm. See, there's some things like this I'm like, oh, I wish I would just use the elytra, but like you guys know, I don't enjoy using the elytra. I only use it in some very rare case scenarios. I like using the trails, being able to walk around like it's actually like a real thing. But sometimes it is the bane of my existence when I have to do small tedious tasks like running up and down a hill to transfer poppies. I've also put this beetroot farm in a long time ago, and I don't think anyone's farmed a single time, because is there any use for beetroots, dude? Like, I mean, it's been farmed a little bit, I guess. We got a couple stacks of beetroots, but I really don't think there's really much of a use for them. But yeah, I'm gonna take the rest of the poppies, and is there more? No, okay, it doesn't look like there's more. I'm gonna bring these back down, and I guess I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay, I'm literally like out of poppy storage room. Like, once all these barrels fill out, I'm gonna have to start throwing them. I got this one, and then these two are also completely empty. Once I get all those guys filled out, though, I'm completely out of storage for poppies. I have nowhere to put them. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of any small things that I've been putting off that I want to get done. Like, is there anything? I believe this is completely decorated out, but any small projects that I can just go ahead and do. Like, I'm really putting off decorating this. I don't want to decorate that. Like, all these interiors probably be in the next episode I'll decorate, but I just don't want to decorate them right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I'm thinking down there's my village, as you guys can see, but up here, I believe earlier in this episode, I was gonna jump and I would have died. But earlier in this episode, I started digging this out. I'm wanting it to be like a giant map room where we can put the maps as the season goes on. So I got this beacon down here. I started digging this out. My idea is there's gonna be like a giant Coliseum entrance going on here. But the first thing I want to do is get back to work on mining this this out, but oh my god, wait, I actually might have messed this up so bad because there's all this up here. I'm gonna put this in my offhand so I can actually see all this up here that I still got to get mined out, and I'm just hoping that I'm actually able to, you know, do that and do a good job at it. So we got to get up to the right level. There we go, and we're just gonna start digging this out. Okay, this is so satisfying too. Mining with haste too. Something about this is just absolutely like the most satisfying. I think we want to go ahead and use the silk touch pickaxe though, because I just feel like for building, stone is a lot more useful than cobblestone. You use stone brick in like everything, and you don't really use cobblestone that much. Also, we already have like 8 double chests full of cobblestone. I'm not gonna need cobblestone for a really long time. But yeah, I'm gonna start by digging all this floor out. We're gonna work on this, and then we're just gonna keep working and getting this dug out. That way for next episode when I want to actually use it, you know, start decorating it, all those different things, it's hopefully ready. But I also do see a little bit of a prize in here. I love myself some coal. Not as much as I be hunting loves coal, but I love coal for reasons that I can use in my auto smelter and not use lava. I don't know why, I just find it really annoying to have to refill the lava buckets, all that. So I mean, anytime I got coal, I'll more than happily take some coal. Also, it does a little bit of repairing to my pickaxe, which is very nice. Okay, but then we're gonna go back to the silk touch pick, and I'm gonna work on digging out the next level. And yeah, this is gonna be a massive project to get this the actual size that I want it to be, because this is so much space I gotta mine out. But with haste, and I'm probably gonna ask like Knight or someone for help in the future, so it shouldn't be that bad. And I believe this is the last level here, and then I think all I'm gonna do is make the walls a little bit wider as well, because I don't think it's quite as wide as I wish it would be. But there we go, we are officially to the back wall. Wait, what is that? What is that? That's kind of a little creepy. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I do want to do a little investigating. I want to go check out what is in that hole, because there's light coming from it. I see dirt in there. Like, has somebody been back here? What the heck? Maybe this was me. Maybe I mined some ores there. I don't even know. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's a waste of time to be looking, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this section out, and I might as well mine the rest of this out. I'm just gonna cut back once I get this finished. Okay, not finished, but pretty cool. I found some emeralds. I'm gonna go ahead and mine that with my fortune. I don't really need it because of our villager setup is absolutely massive, but I mean, I also might as well take this copper. We can throw that in the auto smelter, and let's just finish the rest of this out. I'll be back once I get to the bottom. Shouldn't take me too much longer here. Okay, there we go. We got a little bit more progress done. I'm just going to go throw in a couple more torches, and I'm going to leave this for now. I'll come back and work on it some more in the future. It's just, this is going to be one of those bigger projects that I work on in little sections at a time, so I don't burn myself out on the project. Okay, last thing I wanted to do was come in, check on the auto smelter. Oh no, I might have messed. Oh wait, no, yeah, I can just shut that off now. And it looks like, oh, okay, this one is going to be basically completely full. We can go ahead and grab, oh, my inventory is full, but I can grab some of the lava buckets. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw this last bit of copper in there, and then also that coal I just mined. And I guess we're just going to start throwing the lava buckets in here. But unfortunately, you guys know my inventory is full from mining all that stone. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem. But basically, okay, I was going to say this whole thing is full, but it's not. But that will definitely help a little bit to keep stuff moving. We've got literally a double chest full of copper, which is absolutely amazing. Any copper builds I want to do, we should be all set. But yeah, I believe that's going to be the end of today's video. So thank you all so much for watching.